Welcome back to the Men Down, episode 113. Corey, Kaz, myself. What's up, fellas?
Man,
What up?
chilling, man, chilling.
Hey, yeah, man. Oh, somebody got to share this to the Facebook group.
Somebody did. Somebody already did.
Who did already?
I don't know, but that's why I'm sharing it from somebody did it already.
Yeah. Hey, man. So it's just us three tonight, man. We got to talk about a couple of things, man. We got it. I mean, even though we want to get into the sports right away, but we do got to talk about what just went down with the verdict. Derek Chauvin, George Floyd case, guilty on all three counts. We get into it. And then we go get into some NFL and NBA as well. But first, let's talk about our sponsor, Sports Cave. Sports Cave is a mobile sports truck. They got all types of gear. I love their fitteds, man. They're official. They got jerseys. They got whatever you need, banners. You can visit them on their Instagram page, Sports Cave 310, or you can go on their website, sportscavetruck.com. Make sure y'all hit them up, man. They got really good stuff, man. They get it to you fast. I'm wearing one of their hats now. So, everything you see behind me, courtesy of the Sports Cave. But other than that, man, how did and also my son, my son finished his practice early, and he keep asking me, can he join us? I'm gonna let him come in when we talk about basketball, but not so much on this stuff, man. But without further ado, man, where do we start with this George Floyd stuff, man? How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all think that this guilty verdict equals progress, or no?
I'm not gonna say.
I think we locked up one bad cop.
Right. So I guess progress is this. You ever heard of the term? Well, or someone say one time is one too many.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, we can't bring back George, right? So I guess this would give his family some satisfaction, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. His family matters through these trying times more than anyone, right? So hopefully they got the justice that they was looking for, and hopefully, this will put a little pressure on cops to be a little bit more aware of what they're doing. If a guy's saying I can't breathe, maybe you should just check to see what he's doing. Now, hopefully this light a spark, maybe not a full fire under someone's asses, but a spark that you're not above the law yourself. So what it is, what you say, Corey, 40, he getting 40 years for the 2nd-degree murder, 25 for the 3rd-degree murder, and 10 for the involuntary manslaughter. So that's 75 years in jail. So hopefully this lights a match under a lot of piece of shits of cops' asses to let them know, you yourself isn't above the law. Now, we also have another situation like what I was discussing with Dante Wright. Let's see what transpired in that situation. That woman have 25 years on the force. Ain't no damn way you should get a handgun, which is about 10 pounds, confused with a taser, which is probably a pound.
That's funny, but because I was in the store yesterday shopping for some stuff, and I had my uniform on, and it was an old retired guy, and he was a white guy who saw me, who was like, oh, chief, oh, okay, a chief, and so he came and started talking to me, talking about the
what's up, CJ?
Talking about the Navy and how it was when he was in. He talking about the uniforms and all that, and he was telling me how when he retired, he became a cop and all that stuff. And then we started talking about the case, right? And he said there's absolutely no way you can get your taser mixed up with your pistol. He said there's absolutely nowhere, and that's coming from a cop. On top of the crazy thing on that is I just happened to stumble across the same thing from 6 years ago. I can't remember what state it was, but a cop, they had got the guy down on the ground. It was like 5 cops, and he was down. They had him arrested, and the same thing happened. He popped him and said, "Oh, I thought it was my taser," and he got off. Like, absolutely got off. They said this was a mistake. He absolutely got off 6 years ago. So evidently, what everybody's been doing, bringing attention to all this stuff, recording everything, raising the rent, is doing something where people are actually saying, "Man, we can't keep getting away with this stuff. We can't." But I don't think that's because they don't want to get away with it. I think they just can't anymore.
Well, I agree. I agree with you. And we kind of talked about it a little bit before we came on the air. All three of us have been through, like, training that the normal public doesn't get to go through, right? And that's
Right.
whether you go through VBSS training or SRF training or whatever you go through, right? But all it is detaining people, and they always tell you to try to keep yourself from going into the black. And what they mean by going into black is like your body is like in 4 different groups. Like if you're in the green, it's like when you wake up in the morning, you're happy, everything's going fine. Yellow is you starting to feel stress. Red is when you're stressed, like you're under a lot of stress. And then black is when you just black out, you just lose it, right?
Right.
But they always tell you when you go into the black, when you come back, you are responsible for what you did in the black.
Right.
And that's what I believe happened to her. She went to the black. She didn't know what she was doing. She just grabbed something and pulled the trigger.
Yeah, but Corey, you've seen the video, right? She had her pistol drawn for a couple of minutes. Like, it's in your line of sight.
Yeah,
now,
I agree.
Correct me, unless she's colorblind, the 9mm, which is contracted through all police forces, is all black.
I agree.
She didn't notice that she was holding an all black object. Oh shit!
When you lose, wrong thing. It's just like Cass when you get in a fight. Do you remember everything about that fight?
No, I don't. But what I do know.
Hold on. Let me finish. You don't remember about that fight. You kind of lose it for a second. You're like, what happened? I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I think when she got into the situation, she had lost it already, and she had something in her hand. That's all she felt. But she pulled the trigger. Now you are responsible for what you did. You shot that young man and you killed him. Therefore, you murdered him. I don't care if it was a mistake. I don't care if you went into the black. And that's exactly what they meant. That's exactly what they mean when they say when you go into the black, when you come back, you are responsible for what you did in the black. That's murder.
Yeah. And I think that's the part that people are missing when they had conversations about this. They're bringing up all these circumstances, outside circumstances. Like the old girl. Oh, she thought she was in her house. She thought it was a burglar. Or like you said, she went into the black. She didn't know what was going. Oh, it was a mistake. All of those things. Okay, all that can be true. But at the end of the day, what you did cost a person their life, and you gotta pay for it. You know what I mean? I can see their argument and say, okay, I won't get you for first degree, but you absolutely got to pay for it.
Yeah, because that's premeditated. Like he didn't have it in his mind that I'm going to kill George.
She did not. Yeah, she didn't. She didn't walk up and say, "I'm gonna walk up and shoot this dude." That's not what was on her mind.
Well. However, we don't know that there wasn't on her mind. We just can't. We can't prove that was on her mind. But can I speculate that? She did. Can I really make that? No, seriously. Can I speculate that she did? I mean, she walked up and she was like, "I'm going to kill him. I'm so frustrated with these people.
If he acted
they keep trying to resist."
Wait, time out. Now I want you to specify what you mean by those people.
I mean, I'm not saying, but I guess crooks in general, like they could really be muscle fatigued with dealing with crooks. So when they look at someone and they're able to label you a crook by anything that you do, or either what you look like or your actions, or whether I just ran your rap sheet and I see that you had warrants for your arrest. Once I look at you as a crook, they in their mind probably feel like I'm tired of these people, right? So that's what I mean by these people.
No, I was messing with you, like I was messing with you about your little North Carolina speculate. I was just messing with you.
No, but she
it's a dreadhead killer.
All he missing is his gold front. All he missing is
that boy that had he go to his show now. Look, man, that boy hair grow every time I see it.
Wait, so just to recap, we're talking about the verdict of the Derek Chauvin case. You know, all three charges. He was juror number 19 is my dude. Whoever juror number 19 is, you my dude.
Forget the juror. What about those experts? What about Dr. Toppin? Was it Toppin or Tobin? Dr. Tobin?
Yeah.
And the other expert was he? I don't know if he was he wasn't maybe he was I don't know the other expert, but it was two doctors. Mm-hmm. Oh man, they was perfect. They was great.
Yo, it was great. In America, no lie, this is the in reverse trial of O.J. Simpson.
Nah, not even close.
No, I have
not even close. I get what you're saying. Not even close though.
I get what you're saying. If y'all get what I'm saying, y'all know what I mean. So come on now. Black America was tuned into this case like white America was tuned in for OJ. I'm not saying
it's not even close, man. It's not even close.
What do we have that's anywhere as near? What do we have?
Hold on. Did you see all the witnesses and the experts that was called to speak on the behalf of George Floyd? Like they had police officers who broke the code of silence. Protect the blue. These are police officers of all nationalities that got on stand and was like, no, that is not what we do. No, that is not what we do. We had doctors, white. No, that is not what we do. That was totally different. Like this dude was just wrong. The only people who might feel like that justice wasn't served were people who just are blatant racist. That was totally different from the OJ trial.
Right, Mel. Totally all right, just forget the trial itself. I'm talking about the spectating of watching it. That's all I'm saying. Man, everybody wanted that dude. Everybody I know wanted that dude to go down. All right, then I get you. But what I want to say to the younger black people. Come on now, just if you do a crime, man, this is more so this is nowhere related to George Floyd. This is more so of the Dante Wright, man. If you do your crime, man, just take your lick, man. As you can see, people are mistaking tasers for guns, guns for tasers, man. Your mom or your parents gonna bail you out, man. Don't be getting carried by six. No, I get you. I get you, Corey. But even if you do your time, man.
You know what the taser thing? Because when I look back, and if it wasn't for cameras, I mean, it's probably way more of these incidents where that we don't know about. But like I said, when I was able to find that one from 6 years ago, and that dude got out scot-free when he mistaked his gun for a taser, I was like, oh, this must be the new. Remember when Dave Chappelle was like, the cops would be like, hey, we killed a gang member, just sprinkle some crack on it. Make it drug related, right? It's all good. I think the taser excuse is the new sprinkle crack on them.
Yeah,
it's a license to murder.
Mel, what you think would happen in reactor department if a casualty happens and we're trained to respond with our immediate actions verbatim? That's why we have the watch station principles. If we don't follow the immediate actions off of our mind and something happens to the ship or your machine, what's happening to you? Aren't you being held accountable?
Absolutely.
So I'm like, how come they're not held accountable? Shit, you got to go stand in front of the RO. Potentially, even the older white dude in the suit that's gonna be standing at the end of that green chair or podium. No. If we can get in trouble for if a hot condenser happened and we don't take the appropriate actions to cool that hot condenser off, what you think gonna happen to us? So if our job, which is not directly killing or responsible for another person's life, if we're talking about a machinery, but they can be let off for taking a civilian's life like it was nothing.
Now you're right.
Accountability. That's what it
Right.
all boils down to. It's just accountability. Will they be held accountable? And I do think, and I don't know if y'all already spoke on this, but it's a step in the right direction. It's a step.
That what Melvin asked. That was one of the questions he asked. So
it's
yes,
a step. I don't think it's hard to call it progress because, as you can see, it's still going on even in the midst of the trial. But you can call it a step because a step towards I don't know what. Because I mean, think about what we were waiting on. We were almost. Would any of y'all have been surprised, or if he would have been not guilty? Would y'all have been surprised? It's happened so many times before. It's happened so many times before. The reason why we are talking about it on this show, so the way we are talking about it is because this dude was found guilty. A white cop killed a black dude and was found guilty on all 3 counts. That's amazing. And that shouldn't, and that's the problem because we find it so astounding that this dude was found guilty, and not even just the fact that he was a white dude. We talking about cops, period.
Yeah.
Under that blue shield, they've been let off to do whatever it is that they want to do and not be held accountable. So it's good to see some accountability. That's all I can say. It's a step in the right direction, and we still got a ways to go.
Yeah, I think in the last 5 years, I think they had 4 or 5 police shootings, killings that were on camera that was atrocious and crazy. And out of all of them, the only one who was found guilty of anything was the black officer that killed the white female. Remember the guy that was running behind his grandma's backyard, got shot in the back.
That's right.
He got off. It was another one that got off right after that. Then the George Floyd, and now we got
the dude that was running.
Yeah.
No. The that happened in Georgia. You know that he went into the
no. I'm just talking about
Ahmaud Arbery. I was just talking about
Minnesota.
What
happened with that one? What happened with that one?
So Ahmaud Arbery. So that was this house that was being built, right? And so
no. What happened with the trial?
What happened with the trial?
I don't even know. I don't even think that trial happened yet, right? They went to they went to pre-trial. That's it. I don't remember it going to trial. They went to pre-trial because you remember the Ahmaud Arbery situation happened after George Floyd, so they just went to pre-trial.
It was after.
Yeah, because you remember. Yeah. Regardless,
it's still. That just shows we getting mixed up because it's so much.
Yeah, it's so many of them, man. Hey, call in with your thoughts though. The numbers on the screen 336-456-6453. Yeah, definitely call in with your thoughts. But I just thought we'd hit that real quick before we got to the sports, man. Because we're responsible adults. We got to talk about it. But yeah, man, all 3 counts, man. I was kind of shocked. I was expecting a letdown. I was expecting them to, hey, we'll give them one. We'll give them one of them. We ain't gonna, but then now it was like all 3 of them, and it only took them 10 hours to come up with that verdict.
Only 10 hours, huh?
Yeah, only 10 hours, man. They came back with it quick. Yeah, I was shocked by that. But did you see his face when they was reading his verdict?
No, I did not. I did not see his face.
It's on the shade room, but I didn't. I only saw when it was taking him out of court. I was trying to look at it before we came on air, but I saw that.
The Ahmaud Arbery trial starts May 12th.
One right after another.
Yep.
Interesting.
So I wonder how long it's gonna take for the female to go on trial. She was arrested. She was arrested.
It'll probably be September, October.
They're gonna prolong that. That's gonna be the pre-trial. Just like it took a year for this George Floyd situation to happen, it's gonna take a year or 2, depending on how. Since she had 25 years of service on the force, and she was a captain or something like that, right? Because it was 19 years that she was a trainer. So I guess she trained people to mistake a taser for a gun.
She a daggone plum fool, man.
Yeah.
Hey, she just a plum fool, man. And but like I said, man, it's the new sprinkle some crack on them. That's what she did. That was
He said
she,
that's a
you know,
sprinkle some crack on
license to kill. Minnesota Timberwolves, man. They all are tweeting like, their thoughts, man. So the NBA, the sports world as a whole, they
Mm-hmm.
they showing support, and the Vikings they tweeted as well. I think all the Minnesota teams
Oh
tweeted.
yes, Minnesota had to stand up for that. But
Yeah.
for all the people that's so called in defense that the officer wasn't kneeling on his neck, he was kneeling on his chest. I want y'all to think what y'all neck is connected to and where airway passes through.
No, but that's why it was so important.
man.
That was why it was so
That
important with
real hard.
Dr. Taubman that got on there, because he was like, look, man, common sense will tell you, like, if you do this right here, you can already feel the effects of you getting less oxygen than what you're supposed to be getting. He was like, and you just do that for 5 seconds, you can
It's
feel
not.
that.
This is not. This is
People-
rocket science, man.
People
This
really
is-
are
this is-
defending it like
this is common
he
sense,
was kneeling
man.
on his chest, not his neck, bro.
Nah,
Come
man.
on, man.
I don't know, like
no way
your
around it.
neck has to be connected to something. You know what I'm
Ain't no way
saying?
around it.
Hey,
And
hey, when you go through SRF, they tell you do not kneel them. You straddle them. You do not kneel them.
mhm.
That's
Yeah.
the first thing you tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't kneel 'em.
if Derek Chauvin was kneeling up in his ankle and he died of suffocation, then maybe I would, like, all right. But my dude, I don't care your neck, your chest, your head, your toe,
Listen,
bro. You shouldn't be like
there's so many. There's
the
so
dude was
many
handcuffed
different
and it was
ways
4 cops.
There's so many different ways to handle the situation, man.
4
Like,
cops, and the dude is
They
handcuffed.
got
What's up, Jason?
they got what's called. They got the hog tie restraints where they tie your ankles and everything to
Yeah.
your arms.
Right.
There's so
Yes.
many different ways to handle that situation that they didn't do. So
They
Corey, Corey,
look, they,
do you
their
feel it?
defense was so trash though. Like, first of all, they
there
wanted
was
to try
nothing to
to.
defend.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
What
why it
can
was
you
trash.
defend?
I don't
Listen,
even think
look,
Johnny Cochran could have got him out of that.
how do you sit me
No,
down and say, hey, look, man, you done, but we gonna try to raise reasonable doubt. So this is what we're gonna try to do. First of all, we go, they're saying that your intent was what it was because you didn't even try CPR and you didn't even allow the off-duty fire lady to come do CPR. So it was like you wanted him to die. So they tried to at first establish that, hey, the crowd was hostile and he couldn't perform his job completely. He couldn't do CPR because the crowd was hostile and he was concerned for his life. Then they tried to say that the drugs in his system was a major factor to his death. And then they came back at the end and was like, hey, oh, by the way, we just got some information that carbon monoxide from the exhaust pipe on the car might have been the cause of it. They was trying everything.
Bro,
Was like,
Hey, man.
yo, Mel,
Hey, man.
I want to know one. I want to say
Yeah,
one
it's
thing.
hard. I'm
Anybody that knows druggies, if you know he's on drugs and you was informed that this man was on drugs and y'all determined that he was on drugs, why not at least put him on his side?
because they don't care.
Yeah, because like I'm not gonna say anybody know, but you could watch Breaking Bad to know that if you take crystal meth, you lay him on his side. I mean, I'm saying like I'm just speaking like you lay them on their side just in case if they
You're
have
right,
to throw
though.
up. You seen what
I feel
happened?
what you're saying.
You seen when Heisenberg
I
turned the
know.
girl over and she died of suffocation.
Yeah.
So is this, bro? You're a cop. You're not dealing with Jesus Christ. You're dealing with the devil. So I'm pretty sure this came across you one time or another. That's just like, you know how I said you don't go to Wendy's and ask for oil change? Like seriously,
Yeah.
like bro, that's your job. You should know the people who you're dealing with.
Yeah, that was probably one of the worst things you ever said, though. I remember you said that
was
too.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was Melvin. Come on, Corey. You actually agree with Melvin? Oh, damn, that's messed up.
Oh man, hey,
I agree with what you said. I agree with what you said. You just want a weird way of saying it, but I feel you though.
No, that was
Final
Slim and his.
Final thoughts on that before we move, though.
God bless America.
Justice
God bless
for the
America.
Floyd family. Forward Flamer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now we got to see
Congratulations.
how much because you mentioned earlier, Cass.
Fair time.
Maximum. He could get 75. I think one of the max was 40, but we just got to see if they gonna give him the max. We don't know.
It was
Yeah,
40.
but right.
The
And
max-
so
If he get 50, that's the max. He's done.
right.
He won't never see the light of day.
Now this is the thing. Fair time. You can't take probation on fair time, right? You have to do all of fair time. Is that correct?
It's a
So,
it's not a,
but
it's
this
not a it's not a it's not a federal crime. It's a state crime.
That's a
So
state
he'll be in
crime.
the state penitentiary. Yeah,
He'll be
it's not a
eligible
federal
for
crime.
man, that boy, he's getting.
He'll be eligible for parole in probably 2075, 2080.
Do you think he gonna need protection in there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
What you, Melvin?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Hmm.
Come on now.
It's probably some people that's waiting to find out which one he going to, and they about to commit a crime on purpose. Just give me 30.
Ones. Some of them ones is waiting.
Pretty please send him here.
Yeah,
Please.
let me get up in there, man. It's probably some COs, some correction officers. Look, yeah, I'm just gonna turn around, man. Do what you gotta do.
Mhm.
It's gonna be bad because they told Jeffrey Dahmer to tail up in there, man.
Yeah.
They beat him down, they broomsticked him, and all that stuff, man. Like
Right,
Yeah, man.
That's
what
one
they did
thing
there,
I have to. Yo, don't matter what class of individual your parents were, you could still turn out to be a piece of shit. Because his dad had a PhD in chemistry, smart man and wealthy, and this man wanted to rape and kill Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. That's what you're talking about.
Osama bin Laden parents on oil fields and stuff, and what he ended up being a damn terrorist that knocked down buildings. I mean,
that's
yeah,
a whole nother. That's a whole that you hold on.
But
I think what you meant to say is George Bush daddy was the president and he ended up being a terrorist that knocked down buildings.
All right, yeah, Mel, you're right. That's a whole nother topic. Because I agree with you up in this one. I agree with you up in this one.
Boy, that boy is stupid.
Up a whole can of worms.
Now, I got 43 more days before I can talk what I need to say.
I don't quite know if that was Bin Laden, man. But all right, so
it's questionable.
We'll move from here. We'll move from here, man. What do we want to go first? NBA or NFL, man?
NBA, man.
Let's go NBA first because I think the NFL we go do the whole mock draft.
NBA right now.
We'll do NFL last, right? So let's do NBA. All right. So
we're gonna do a mock draft tonight.
And what I'm saying, we're gonna go over the top 10 for Mel Kipers.
Go to top 10.
We'll discuss it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, not now. Let me do NBA first.
No, I'm saying no. Let's do NBA.
I
like this NBA. I like this NBA topic.
Oh yeah, I like this topic. I think you're gonna like this one. So here's the thing, right? We done seen 2 Knicks Pelicans games, and Julius Randle's been fantastic in both. Zion's been fantastic, I think, in both, but definitely the last one.
Definitely the last one.
Yeah, I think the Knicks won both of them.
They did.
Knicks are playing phenomenal basketball. Zion and Randle are both
Is that
playing at all-star
surprising
level.
to anybody?
Well, according to our predictions early on, it's surprising to everybody except me because I predicted it. I'm also the same one that said, "Hey, Julius Randle is a better power forward than Zion Williamson."
Then the 20, yeah,
he's just a better basketball player.
The 26-year-old is better than the 20-year-old. Understood.
So Enes Kanter went viral for making a comment when he was asked about Zion, and he said he's pretty much Julius Randle with hops. And Julius Randle didn't like that, right? And he said, "Hey, last time I played you, I dropped 45, man." But it begs the question: who is the better player, Julius Randle or Zion Williamson?
At age 20, Zion Williamson.
Right now, who's the better player, Julius Randle or Zion Williamson?
I'm gonna give the slight edge to Julius Randle, man. Slight. All right, so if I have to say offensively and dominating the paint, I'm gonna go with Zion. He's a better scorer at the rim, and he looks like
you feedbacking.
Oh, my bad. All right.
You got
right.
you got two mics.
All right. So
yeah, better.
Yeah, Zion is better at the rim, and when he's not playing away from the goal, potentially a better rebounder. Because I've seen him when the night when he had 17 rebounds. I seen his. Yeah, you stare. What you staring at, man?
We're not talking about potential. We're talking about what he is.
No, he is. He got 17 rebounds in the game. I'm just saying how Stan had him playing the day when he got 17 rebounds. They didn't have him guarding a perimeter scorer. They had him more so in the paint. So Stan needs to utilize Zion and his 45-inch vertical and his 310-pound butt to box people out and out jump them. That's what you do. But why the hell you got your guy that's 310 on a perimeter? And we seen, like, no lie, the last game against the Knicks, people was all in shock and awe. I'm saying when the Pelicans played the Knicks, the last one, people was all shock and awe with Lonzo Ball, like, oh man, he's so good. The Pelicans is gonna waste his man. They're down by 3. Why are you trying to worry about what Derrick Rose is doing? You know what I'm saying? But that's another topic. But right now, if I had to give an NBA Live or NBA 2K rating, I'd give Julius Randle an 88 and Zion an 87.
So,
I just okay. Listen, I hate sounding like the hater. I hate sounding like the hater, but I know I'm probably going to sound like one. As good as Zion has been, I do want to have a precursor and say, yes, he is 20 years old. Yes, he's coming off probably, I don't know how many games he played last year. But I know he did 27 games. So, yeah, 12. A few games. So he hadn't played in this year. If you know, nobody played a full NBA season, but still. But what Julius Randle is doing right now,
it's phenomenal.
Listen, I'm going to say this.
Phenomenal. It's all right.
No. I'm talking like
this man averaging 24 a game, right? That's not phenomenal.
This man is elevating the New York Knickerbockers to a playoff team, a potential. They're in a battle right now with the Hawks and the Celtics for that 4th spot, so they might get home court advantage. Julius Randle is at the forefront of that, and I'm gonna say this: he probably won't make it, but it got to be some all NBA consideration for this dude. It got to be, because he averaging 24, but he averaging 11 boards and 6 or 7 assists a game. He is the player for that team. He's the number 1 option for that team. And I know how Mel like his number 1 options. He's the number 1 option for a team that is fighting for a 4th spot in the playoff.
Did you say 4?
4.
I could have sworn it was the 8 seed.
They're fighting for if I think they play the Hawks tomorrow. If they beat the Hawks tomorrow, I think they'll be in the 4th spot. If I am mistaken.
How many All-Stars on the team with Julius Randle?
My point.
How many All-Stars on the team with Zion?
0.
Well, Brandon Ingram was an All-Star last year.
That was last year. We're talking about this year.
The only reason why he won the All-Star, he still performed the same way. He didn't drop off. The only reason why he's not an All-Star is because they wanted Zion in there.
It's not what they want. Stop.
No, seriously. Ingram, if he was an All-Star last year, did he ever drop off this year? Did he drop off at all?
Brandon Ingram is the best player on the Pelicans.
He's the best player on the team. Did he ever drop off at all? No, seriously. Ask me a question. What did he average last year?
I don't know. Let me pull it up. But I don't think
please pull it up. I'll pull it up. So while you pulling it up, I'll talk, right?
I'm a Pelicans fan. So why you like? I don't want to be that guy that's picking my team. You know, I don't know how many times I told y'all this, but Brandon Ingram is my guy. So like, man, you making me pick and choose between my favorite team, the banner that I hang, the hats that I wear, the games. I had 2 years of season tickets. Like Melvin,
jerseys. Chill out.
It's your squad.
I know.
Squad.
So you get what I'm saying, Zoe? That's my squad. So I don't want to be picking against my squad. I want them to play for the Pelicans for the rest of their career. Zion and Bi.
Is that man? I don't know if Zion is going to be there, but I do feel like because that's your squad. Like the Hawks are my team. I can subjectively admit that Trae Young sucks on defense. You get what I mean? That's my guy. But right. Let's just call it what it is. He had to adjust. Now he's making some adjustments. He's playing better, but he's probably never going to be a plus defender. I can admit that. I can say that. I can be honest and say Julius Randle did not have the push behind him that Zion, rightfully so, because Zion made a name for himself in high school. But I think a lot of what's going on now is the push. It's the push for Zion. It's the push for him to be that guy. And I think that I think in the long run it might hurt him if he doesn't develop at the rate that he needs to. I think that it's gonna hurt him in the long run. What's going on, Chris?
No, Chris. But you got to think about it. I'm a Pelicans fan, right? Mm-hmm. Who did Julius Randle last play for?
Y'all.
Who did I not see perform like this when he was inside of Anthony Davis? So no, like
wait.
He was performing like this with the Lakers. Hold on, he was performing like this with the Lakers.
Oh, the two games he played.
And then Kobe decided, hey, look, you ain't getting the rock no more. This is my last year. I mean, that's pretty much how that went. But Julius Randle was he always was emerging. I saw it coming.
No,
especially as soon as he got his weight under control, because he had a Zion body type first. Yeah, he had a Zion Williamson body type at first, and when he got his weight under control, he became amazing. I saw it coming. So back to my point. You have a guy who is number 4 in his conference, right? With no other All-Star, right? Then you have a guy who has an All-Star in Brandon Ingram. Granted, he didn't make All-Star this year. That's a topic for another day, because I know why he didn't make it. He didn't make it because they wanted Zion there, right? Brandon Ingram, before the All-Star break, Brandon Ingram carried the Pelicans. Am I right or wrong? It wasn't Zion. He was in and out of the lineup. He was up and down. Not until they decided, hey, we gonna make him the point guard on occasions and focal him in the game, did Zion start actually outplaying Brandon Ingram, right? Brandon Ingram don't have the ball in his hand no more. All right, so my whole point is he has another All-Star caliber player on his team while in his prime, not injured, and they can't even break the 10th seed.
So what that tells you, I think, I agree to your original point that you made during the offseason. Maybe Stan is not the guy.
I agree, but I'm just looking at
was the guy.
I'm looking at Brandon. Julius Randle. Okay, this year, he's 24, 11, and 6, but he was doing this for a while now. Because last year he averaged 19, 5, and 9. The year before that, it was 21 points and 8 boards. Julius Randle has been a good player for a long time, at least
right.
It's just
2017, 2018. He just continuously got better, and without the train behind him, it's just exactly. It's progression. I just hope Zion can have that progression too. What's up, Kyle?
What's up?
Well, you
man?
gotta put some headphones. You gotta put on some headphones.
Yeah, I know.
We'll go get some headphones. But I agree 100%.
I look at it. I look at it like this. When we did our pre-NBA segment, right? I want to say I predicted the Pelicans to be like the 6th seed or something like that.
I get an aux cable.
Just because of the team that they had. And I mean, we didn't even mention the Knicks.
Yeah, I didn't. I did not see this. I ain't see this because I just didn't know what RJ Barrett was. And I knew Randall was good, but I just didn't think he would be this good, or at least good enough to push them to now. Wow.
Now RJ Barrett is the shocker.
He is the shocker because he's playing a lot better than I gave him credit for this offseason.
Call him Silk.
Yeah. Still not playing on the Brandon Ingram level though.
I heard you,
bro. Melvin he got to throw his little jabs at the Pelicans. Still not playing at the Brandon Ingram level. Still not playing at the. Well, shit. The Knicks been in the lottery for the past 20 years. They better have some good players in the damn team. Shit.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, Julius Randle is by far the better player. And now we're talking about results, and of course he's an older and more experienced player than Zion. So of course we expect Zion, to be able to carry a team like this in the future. But right now, Julius Randle is doing it without another All-Star. So that's one thing, the results piece. And then when you go micro and start looking at the actual game, and you see his ball handling, his 3-point shooting, his mid-range, his post-game, his pat, like he has all of that. Zion has a drive to the hole and a dunk. He has a drive to the hole.
My boy was showing his little mid-range jumper last game. So let me.
And you know what? He did do something. He came off a screen and pulled the mid-range. He did do that, and I like it. But these are the type
he did it a couple of times. He did it a couple of times.
And these are the type of things that we've seen LeBron do when he was first coming in. But just because you're doing them, don't mean you good at doing them. Like every now and then you can knock one down, but it looks so unnatural, and you're so uncomfortable with it. You're not going to see it that often, and you definitely not going to see it for no game winner. You and just like it, what play did they draw for Zion for the game winner? Nothing. Because he don't have nothing to go to for a game winner. You get what I'm saying? So that was who was that trying to go to for when the game was on the line for the game winner, the inbounds play. They didn't say
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they didn't say Zion get the ball, everybody spread the floor, and Zion do dirt. Because what they was gonna do was back all the way off and shoot that three.
It was in Brandon Ingram or Zion.
Who was it?
I'm trying to remember.
Was it?
No, it was Eric Bledsoe, trash ass. It was Eric Bledsoe. Man, Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah. Is he the best shooter?
Hell no, he ain't.
Who the better shooter?
Hell no. When in a clutch, Brandon Ingram proved in a clutch he's a better shooter.
He's the best player, period.
Yes,
right.
He is.
Yes.
Right. But he ain't the all-star. That's interesting, though.
He's not the name. He's not the name.
Let's not act like they didn't have 20 people. So why we just mentioning Zion?
What you mean?
No, y'all keep mentioning like the whole NBA All-Star.
Lamar always talking shit, man.
Bro.
What up, Lamar?
What's up?
Finally showed up to work, man. Get Corey finally showed up to work today, man. Yeah, man. Kaz, there's no way around it, man. You're the only person on this panel that really thinks Zion is better than Randle.
I did not never.
You said slightly. You know it's a lot better than slightly.
No, I'm saying slightly because he's giving you. So Zion numbers 26, 8, and 5. I mean, that's not bad.
No, it's not. It's not bad.
So when you say way better, and then he's shooting at 60% with at least 16 attempts a game.
It ain't hard to shoot from 60% dunking.
Right, yeah. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like if you mean to tell me,
but it's broke when you need it. It's broke when you need it, though.
That's for the players on the court, and
it's broke when you need it.
No, it's not broke, man. Like
no, it is.
All right,
it is.
It's broke. But for the other, basketball is 48 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What about the 47 when you don't need it? You need somebody to keep you in the game, keep you in contention, to have like your possession is more efficiently as far as producing numbers. If you got a person like Eric Bledsoe that is shooting 1 of 13 every goddamn game, like
we're not taking the LeBron James approach where we start blaming the teammates.
I'm not.
We're not doing the LeBron James. That's one thing we don't do on man down.
You're not playing that game.
The hell of it. No, what's the purpose of having a debate show when you can't even have your own defense? You expect me to come up here with Derek Chauvin defense? Like hell no. Hell no, man. I'll go to hell. You ain't gonna tell me what I can't use.
This man defense is Zion teammates, but that's your defense, man.
No. Hush, Melvin. I'm gonna say what I need to.
Look. If your best player plays the style of basketball that forces somebody like Bledsoe to be a shooter, then him being 1 for 14 is your fault.
No,
Because
he's a power forward.
Because you're
Let's not
telling
act like
exactly
power forwards.
he's a power forward who's taking the point guard position away from point guards. So if your point guard is shooting threes when they shouldn't be, and they should be playmaking and setting you up,
that same game.
It's almost the same thing. Like when I used to play with people in the neighborhood, and they were big men. Like I had a friend named Shaquan who could handle the ball, and he would get the rebound and go coast to coast. And obviously me having basketball IQ, okay, if you go run the point, I'll run the lanes on the outside. But I will always pull them to the side and say, what difference does it make for a 6'4" person to run the break and a 5'10" guy finish the layup off? Wouldn't it be better if I run the break and pass to the 6'4" guy so he can finish? Like, which one is going to be harder? Me trying to finish over dudes bigger than me, or me setting you up to finish over dudes that's smaller than you? So I said, you got to use common sense. You got the rebound. I know you want to take it to the hole, but utilize me, because if I'm not doing it, it's no purpose for me being here, because I can't finish as well as you on the break with your size. Same thing with Zion. You can't say, I'm going to take my power forward, who is the best finisher, and then tell him to play make for people like Bledsoe and Lonzo Ball.
Who aren't natural.
Lonzo Ball went 0 for 7 that same game from the 3-point line.
But that's exactly what Mel is saying, though. Like, why?
No. So Zion doesn't do that the whole game. He doesn't. No, I'm saying
he's been doing it a lot.
But what I'm saying is,
the point that him Point Zion.
Say again.
They're calling him Point Zion, and I don't like it at all.
That's what they're saying.
They were saying it on the broadcast, and I was so angry. I was like, I cannot.
Who was saying that?
Whoever, I don't know who it was that night. Whatever night that they had a national TV game, because it was on ESPN, which that's a whole nother story. But whatever night they had a national TV game, I think it was against the Nets. It might have been against the Nets on TNT, wasn't it?
Well, they're playing against the Nets tonight, and they lost.
They did lose, but whenever it's
129-126. So unless Brandon Ingram shows some magic and hit a 3,
why not Zion?
Well, y'all keep knocking Zion. He's shooting 37% from 3.
Not knocking him at all. Not knocking him at all. What was Jordan field goal percentage in the NBA at 28? I mean at 20. Oh, come on, man. Let's not
Zion.
I'm not.
No, man. Y'all make sure Jordan is like, y'all make like Jordan walked up in fucking water. Like, this nigga not Jesus Christ. He don't have water walking Jordans on. I know Larry Bird said that shit that he was Jesus Christ.
It was close.
He closer to him than the picture we see on the internet. At least he got the right skin tone.
Wait, time out, man. That's another. Yo, that's in the book. That's in the same book with the Twin Towers shit. Yo, we need to have.
We can go a whole.
You know what? Yo, what's the next topic? What's the next topic, Mel? Throw that next topic up there. That next topic up there.
Hey man, who want to call in the Zion stuff before we move, man?
Man, I knew this one would be good.
Yeah. All right. Everybody on this podcast, Brandon, Casimir Edwards, is saying that Brandon Ingram is the Pelicans' best player.
We know.
But Malvin, I never said Zion was our best player.
But the media is saying it, and you have to admit,
because I gotta
go ahead, Corey.
Corey, he's talking about my team.
You sure they give him the LeBron fans though?
I did. What'd you call it, Corey? The what?
I'm not doing that. No. Wait, time out. Wouldn't that be giving that to the number one? And if we all agreed that Brandon Ingram is the number one, that means I'm giving the LeBron defense to Brandon Ingram and not Zion.
No, because they took the ball out of Brandon Ingram's hand.
He's still averaging 22 shots a game. How is that taking him out the game?
Brandon Ingram is not in discussion here. It's not Brandon Ingram.
That's true.
Yes, DJ. I never said that.
Good point.
Wait, show. CJ, I never said that. CJ, when did I ever call you? When did I ever call you and tell you that?
Rewind the tape, CJ, and let us know.
Yeah, let me know. I never told you that. I just told Zion I just like watching him. He's exciting.
Yeah, man. But all I want is some type of acknowledgement that you see what the media is doing.
I can't say to me if you pick.
You gotta see that.
Wait, wait, Mal. Let me just say this one thing. How come any other player pick number one overall, a quarterback, anybody in football, in baseball? If you picking them number one overall, your expectations for a player is up here. Like,
I mean,
that's how long you can't even see this shit.
4 or 5.
What does expectations? What does expectations do with manufacturing a career?
It's true.
Look at LeBron.
Did they do this for Blake Griffin?
Look at LeBron.
Hold on. Did they do this for Blake Griffin? He was number one.
I asked you a question first.
Did they do this for Greg?
Wait. Time out. No. I asked you a question first. That's not what we're doing. I said, what about LeBron? I said that even before you said, what about Blake Griffin?
What you mean?
So what about
LeBron?
Wasn't the expectations that the ball is supposed to be in LeBron's hand in his rookie season when he won Rookie of the Year, when that was questionable because Carmelo Anthony put up better numbers and his team made it to the playoffs? What about LeBron?
Because that's LeBron's game, not because he was a number one pick, because that's his game.
Regardless of this game or not.
Did they take the ball out of Chris Paul's hand and give it to Blake Griffin to run offense and have Chris Paul play off the ball?
Oh, can I answer that? Can I answer that, Mel?
Answer that.
No,
they did.
Again, that's not his position. Blake can't handle the ball.
You're a daggone lie.
Blake can't handle the damn ball. No, he can't.
Blake can handle the ball better than Julius Randle. Better than Zion Williams.
No, he can't. No, he can't. Hell no. I will argue all that one. No, he cannot.
Yes.
All right, then. All right. So y'all say yes, he can. I say no, he can't. Oh, all right. All right. Whatever, bro. I'm not gonna argue with y'all with that. Of course. Oh, y'all got it. I'm not. Y'all extending this topic. I said let's move on to the next one. I don't even want to talk about
having it though. It's not about having it.
It's a good combo to have.
It's not you patronizing me, Mel. Every time I say something, you're patronizing me. And Corey, you're also patronizing me. And so you got a little sneaky patriotism. You got a little sneaky patriotism. Yeah, it's a little sneaky. Little sneaky patriotism. But y'all little Negroes are patronizing me. Y'all know I like Zion. Y'all know I'm a Pelicans fan. Y'all little Negroes getting.
Are you
Mel can do this. Look, Tom.
Are you accusing me of cooking this topic up just for the entertainment?
Yes.
Are you accusing me of that?
Yes, you asshole. You laughing at it right now. You little short ass.
Yes, you stupid boy.
You wow.
All right, Julius Randle is better than Zion right now. Shit.
Yeah, we know.
But Zion is the top 5 power forward in the NBA right now.
We'd say top 5.
Ooh,
I would put him at. All right, so number one, KD. Okay. So are we putting KD at the 4 or the 3?
We can play a little. KD, okay. Who else? I want to know.
KD only played in 8 games this season, so come on, he don't count.
All right then. So what do y'all constitute Anthony Davis, because he's been out for the past 2 months too?
I put Anthony. I put.
He's been out for the past 3 months. He's been out for 3 months though.
Yeah, but no, we just talking about in general. Who's the best 4s in the game? Anthony Davis won.
All right, let's just look at the best 4s. Number 1, I think the best 4 in the game, and that's just my opinion. I'm gonna still give it to Giannis. After Giannis, I'm gonna go with Kate. No, I lied. No. Because KD true position is the 3, right?
Yeah, don't count KD.
All right.
Put him at 3.
So Giannis
said him though.
All right. So Giannis number 1, AD number 2. I just had number 3 up in my mind. I forgot just that goddamn fast.
I mean, just think about the All-Star team.
Right, but 8. All right. I go. I'm not gonna. Julius Randle at 3. No, I had someone else before Julius Randle, and I would have put Julius Randle number 4 and Zion at 5.
Right.
Right
okay.
now I have Julius Randle.
So you got
2.
Zion over Bam. Bam's a better player than Zion right now.
Well, Bam played a 5 for Miami. Bam is playing a 5.
Yeah, but and AD plays
no,
5. But
no, AD don't. No. Oh, Doofy as Gasol played a 5. Oh, Doofy as Gasol played a 5. So don't do
like
that.
Gasol either.
Oh, Doofy. So is he not Doofy this year? Time out, coach. I'm tired. He played a 5.
I'm going with Bam over Zion.
Bam played a 5. He's their 5.
I might even go Spicy P over Zion, and I'm definitely going Randle over Zion.
Bro, you need to go eat some Spicy P.
I'm going Spicy P over him.
Wait, that's sounded horrible. Like, man, you need Spicy P. Wait.
Yeah, I'm going Sabonis over Zion too.
Sabonis is from the Pacers.
Yeah,
he's a 5.
He's a 4. Miles played 5.
Yeah, he's the 4.
Mm-hmm.
But he's bigger than Turner. It doesn't even make sense. I could have sworn he was the 5 and Turner was the 4.
Mm-mm.
Because Turner hit that game-tying 3 against the Pelicans. It was down by 6 with like 23 seconds left. Turner plays the 4. I'm pretty sure of that.
So if you catch me on a night where I'm being real biased, I'm gonna put Porzingis over Zion too.
Oh wait, that was my number 3. I couldn't think about it. But Porzingis played a 5 as well.
Yeah.
Porzingis played he's a 5. Yeah. He's a 5.
I give you that.
No.
Wait. And I said this before. Porzingis. I seen Kawhi Leonard playing. I was a 2-time ticket season holder for the Pelicans in person. Mm-hmm. Porzingis is the best player I've ever seen in person.
Mm-hmm.
His game looks different in person.
He's a good baller, but I just named 6 or 7 better than Zion at his position.
No, you didn't.
He's still not cracking the top 5 in his position yet.
He's cracking top 5. He's 8th in the league in scoring. That got to be something, man. That has to be something.
Why does it have to be something?
Because you're scoring at an efficient. You know what? I'm done with the trolling, Melvin. You won. You won.
I'm not even trolling. I'm just making a better argument than you are.
No, you're not. You making a better argument in the mind of Melvin.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. My son just walked in, right? He's a soccer player and a ball player. He hasn't heard any of this. He just walked in. He left. He came back. I want to see what he says on the topic, right? So, Makai, in your opinion, hold on, can you hear?
Yeah.
You can hear? Say something. Let's see. Say something.
Hello.
Okay. All right. In your opinion, who is a better basketball player, Julius Randle or Zion Williamson?
As in what? Like,
who's better at basketball?
Overall basketball.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle's better at basketball. Explain why.
Well, one, he's older, so he has the experience that Zion doesn't have, but he had more time to develop his skills because, like you said, he was kind of like a Zion-like player with his body and stuff. But as he, grew and then he controlled his weight and added more to his game, I guess, he's the better player now. And Zion still has more to go.
What did Randle add to his game that Zion hasn't added yet?
Well, Randle does have a pretty decent pull-up, I think, kind of. But he's kind of like a all-around-ish player. Not really, but he can just get the points you need, basically.
Right. And how does Zion get his points?
In the paint.
How?
Using his body and dunking.
That's exactly what we said.
so even a 10th grader can say that.
Melvin, I don't know why you saying that's a bad thing. At the end of the day, did you put the ball in the hoop? Yo, Mel's son. I don't know what your name, Makai, right?
Yeah, Makai.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makai. If you inside of the 3-point lane, how you score that 2-point, does it really matter as long as it goes in? You got 2 for your team. Does it matter?
No, it doesn't. Yeah, you are right about the ball getting into the basket. So I guess it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But
if you can't stop it, if you still shooting at 61%, my brother, if you add a mid-range jumper, that's gonna only make you better. Cause
All right, but you got to add it first.
Right, Mel, and I'm agreeing with you, Mel. But you still laughing at me. You still, your son made a comment, and you still killing me. But but Melvin doing that on purpose. He's patronizing me. He is patronizing me.
No, I'm not doing it on purpose. I let my son speak, man. My son is talking about who's a better basketball player. The game of basketball. All right, so put it this way, Cass. This is the best way I can explain it.
I said that Julius Randle is the better player.
Okay, yeah, but I still want to explain why. I still want to explain why. If basketball was viewed like martial arts, and you have to be able to do certain things to achieve a higher belt, green belt, black belt, all that stuff. Don't rub it. You have to do things. You got to be able to break the board to get a green belt. You got to be able to do this to get all that stuff to get the black belt, right? If basketball was like that, and you got to be able to be a great free throw shooter, great 3-point shooter, great mid range, great in the post, good footwork, great defense, great rebounder, great inside scorer, all those things before you can get up to black belt. How many things is Zion lacking as a basketball player that is preventing him from being a black belt? If only thing he can do is get in the post, use his body and dunk. If he can't shoot the 3, the mid range, the pull up, off the ball, catch and shoot, free throws, if he can't do all that, he's not a black belt level. What we're saying when you're a better basketball player is you have mastered more of the game than someone else.
All right. So Mel, to answer your question, Zion is shooting 69% from the free throw line.
What has he mastered in basketball right now? What has he mastered?
Contorting his body.
Has he mastered the post?
No, he did not.
Has he mastered any post?
He didn't master anything as a far.
Has he mastered catch and shoot?
He did master it.
Have he mastered pull up off the dribble?
No, he hasn't.
Has he mastered free throws?
No, he hasn't.
Has he mastered defending?
No, he hasn't.
All right, he hasn't mastered anything except.
All right, so Mel, all right, wait, time out. So Mel, you know this and I know this. LeBron James shoots worse at the free throw line than Zion Williamson.
He hasn't mastered it.
Right. But does that take away from LeBron James being heavily regarded by many as the best player in the NBA?
In my book, yes. In my book, yes. That's
all right, wait, hold on. All right.
That's why when I talk about Kawhi and KD, I hold them in higher regards than LeBron because they mastered more of the game than LeBron has.
All right, then. So Corey, it was a few months ago, me and you was having this discussion about Ronda Rousey. When your game is one way and people try to make you go outside of your game when you didn't master it, what happened to Ronda Rousey when they started making her a stand-up fighter?
Right. Face.
Right. Several times and knocked out. Then she went against another and the same thing. Look, again, like, man, Melvin, you're really crucifying.
What you just explained is what happened to LeBron when he faced KD head to head when he was with the Warriors.
No, that's not what happened.
He stood up and tried to score against KD and do that, and KD.
Bro, that was a tough ass team. Let's be 100% honest. He did lose, so I don't. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to your martial arts analogy. That's why I brought it up.
Here's what I take from you using that analogy, though, right, Cass? It's like Zion hasn't mastered anything yet, right?
Right.
But then you try to change him into something that he's not. He's not point forward. That's not his thing, right? But them trying to change him is literally setting him up for a Ronda Rousey.
Right, but
it's exactly what he's doing.
But Duke in the NBA changed his position. he was a point guard since the age of 9.
But he was
from the time when he first
literally playing little private school kids that's kind of
exactly from the time that we seen Zion hit the scene. No, from the time that we seen him hit the scene on YouTube, he was not playing point guard. They had a little point guard that was my height that was jumping out the gym and dunking. That was their point guard. I like that kid. Zion was not playing point guard by the time he bust on the scene on YouTube. He was not. That's just something they use as part of the storyline. Oh man, before he hit his growth spurt, he was a small point guard. Same thing they said about AD. Oh, he played point guard when he was in high school. We ain't got no footage of that man running no point. None.
And that's footage of Zion bringing the ball up court. Is just again.
On fast breaks. That's
All right,
going
man.
to home to do something incredible.
All right, cool. All right, I'm exhausted on this topic. Next topic.
I'm gonna let my son get the last word. What's your final thoughts, Mikhail, on this whole Zion situation?
I really don't have anything. It just, I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just Zion.
It's just Zion. He's still a good player, though, right?
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay.
He's just fat.
He just juicy. We don't do. That's one thing we don't do on the Wild House. We don't do.
Y'all ain't about to disrespect my man Zion. My man is not fat. My man is muscle. He's just playing the wrong sport. That's all it is.
Man,
you ever seen a Ziploc bag full of chocolate donuts?
No, Melvin. Only your fat ass would see that.
It ain't pretty. It ain't pretty.
Only your fat ass would see that.
He said it ain't pretty.
Bro, old people always got some weird analogies of sayings. My childhood best friend dad had asked me, "You ever smelled the bear's breath?" I was like, "Hell no, it's nasty. She's as nasty as the bear's breath." I was like, "Who the hell says shit like that?" Only old people, Melvin.
Yeah, as long as he got his point across. All right, here's Corey's favorite topic right here. Mel Kiper Jr., who is usually always wrong, right? Mel Kiper's usually wrong.
I have no faith in this dude.
None.
But we go dissect.
I took Todd McShay's before I took Mel Kiper's, but go ahead.
Well, this is supposed to be theirs collectively. This is McShay and Mel Kiper together.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll start. We only go do 10, right? The first 10.
The Cowboys are number 10, so I'm happy with this.
Okay. So Jacksonville first. Zoe and Corey, y'all are football guys. I'm gonna let y'all juggle this Trevor Lawrence. Tell me if you think that should be the pick. Tell me what they're getting. You tell if y'all disagree, tell me why.
That's a
go ahead, Corey. Yeah, it is. It is. I agree. It's really we don't even got to. He's the guy.
He's the best. Yeah, he's the best quarterback in college football. That dude is something else. He can do everything.
Is he the best player though?
Player, no. We'll get to the best player.
Nah, he's not the best player, but he's the best quarterback. And because quarterback is the most important position, especially for Jacksonville, who's missed, a lot. He's going to that pick was decided as soon as we knew for sure that he wasn't going back for his senior year.
That was already
what y'all think about how they tried to come down on him because they said that he don't eat, sleep, and breathe football because of the comment he made.
I saw it. I did see it. I saw that he was like football and championships isn't his end all be all, but his family is, from what I hear, is very religious. And I don't take for him not to eat, sleep football. The boy sure can play it, and so
just saying.
I mean, he can play it. And so if he's not eating, and sleeping, still playing that, I think he'd be okay.
So what was the dude's name that was a quarterback before him?
At Clemson,
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, not Deshaun Watson. There was a quarterback right after Deshaun Watson that was 5-0 when Trevor Lawrence took over.
I know who you're talking about. I remember
Kelly something. But I mean, dude was 5-0 when Trevor Lawrence came. Kelly Bryant. It may have been something like that. Dude was 5-0 when Trevor Lawrence took over, and Trevor Lawrence ain't looked back since.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude has all the tools.
Who's CJ talking about?
All
the hometown quarterback. CJ, who are you talking about?
A quarterback from Jacksonville?
There isn't.
I don't know.
Trey Lance is from Minnesota. Mac Jones is from Alabama, right?
Yeah.
And Fields and Lawrence is from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. CJ, look that up and let us know who you're talking about.
Oh, wait. Maybe where's the BYU quarterback from? Because I'm pretty sure he ain't grew up in Utah.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
he may be from
we'll get to him. But what's your thoughts about Trevor Lawrence being number one on Mel Kiper's board for Jacksonville to take? Any exceptions?
All right. Oh, Zach Wilson is from Utah. That's surprising. But I
guess that's
my before I've been saying that Trevor Lawrence. Me and Corey was debating this either Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, and I always say Trevor Lawrence. But if Justin Fields or Trey Lance would have said the same thing Trevor Lawrence said, would we be talking about them getting drafted as high? Because you got to remember, Justin Fields was just getting killed about his quote unquote. Yeah, and his coaches had to come back and defend him. Like, we never say nothing like that. So he was getting killed off of, the X's and O's, and this guy is the last one in, first one out.
Yes.
If he would have
hold that though. Just hold that though. Go to the next pick.
Oh, hold on. Let me see this comment. Go to that comment, okay. Oh yeah, throw that on there. Oh yeah. So just do it. Just do it right there.
No doubt. No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all.
All right, next, number two. So this is the one that kind of baffles me a little bit. Okay. We know the Jets traded Darnold. All right, so we know he's gone. So we know they're gonna look for a quarterback. The fact that they did all of that for Zach Williams, I like Zach Williams. And Corey, you know my philosophy on quarterbacks that has played for schools who their targets are not NFL targets, right? And they still perform high.
I do it.
That's my thing.
But I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to your point, but I understand what you're saying. Go ahead. Okay.
But is Zach Williams the right guy?
No. So if you want to go ahead and talk about it, if you want to go ahead and talk about it now, go ahead, because I'm just going to. All I'm going to do is just I'm gonna bring up one particular thing, and then I'll be done with it.
Right, but Corey, you're the quarterback, so I think me and Zoe should go and you pick us apart. Because again, you're the quarterback on the show. All right. So my my bad, Zoe, you want to go first?
Oh, no, you go ahead, Cass.
All right. So my thing about Zach Wilson, right? Again, he didn't play in a major conference. So his defenses that he was going against wasn't a SEC, not even a Pac-12 conference style defense, right? All right. So
Conference USA.
Right. So don't get me wrong. This guy has great measurables. He has great man. Y'all seen that throw that it was like a 60-yard throw off his back foot? But that was the prettiest throw
Did you see Justin Fields do the exact same thing?
But just right, I get what you're saying. I'm gonna get to that, Corey, and I'm glad that we have Corey in the position that you're in, so you can, since you can do this, because like again, you played the quarterback position. I only played receiver and safety, and I never started. So, Zach Wilson, the number 2 overall pick to the Jets. Now, I'm not saying that this guy can't be great, but I don't think he's the talent that you need to change it. Like,
yeah, because they're trying to change the culture there. Like Sam Darnold wasn't even enough, right? And I think they traded up to get him. He couldn't do it. They couldn't protect him. He didn't have no real targets. They just couldn't get it off. Le'Veon Bell couldn't even help him out.
No, they didn't. The Jets didn't trade up to get Sam Darnold. It was the Cardinals traded up to get what's his name?
Murray.
Not Kyler Murray. Before that. No, the year
Josh
Rosen. They traded up to get Josh Rosen.
Where is Josh Rosen? Has anybody seen
the Bucks? The practice squad.
Josh Rosen is exactly where he need to be at the damn crib.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, practice squad for the Bucks. But my thing is with Zach Wilson, I don't know if I can pick him at 2. Maybe so. The Jets, y'all need more than just a quarterback. Y'all offensive line is trash.
Lamar said Matt Jones could be a backup.
Yo, y'all offensive.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The Jets, y'all offensive line is trash. Y'all have no weapons. The one guy, Robbie Anderson, y'all let him go. Y'all no longer have Le'Veon Bell. Y'all defense is shot. You know what? Just my opinion. Zach Wilson might be gone, but I think they should get Kyle Pitts, number 2, and that second draft pick that they get a quarterback. To me, Kyle Pitts is the best player in the draft. I
got something to say about that too. But go ahead.
Go. No. Right. But I'm just saying the Jets, they need too many things
to risk it on Zach. You say?
Yeah, you. This guy again, he didn't play with phenomenal talent, nor did he go against phenomenal talent. You come into the speed of the NFL. The closest conference to the speed of the NFL is the SEC. That's the closest conference to the speed of the NFL. Offensively, Pac-12 or what conference that Texas playing?
Big 12.
So the Pac-12 and the Big 12 are the two. You see that speed on offense where you can actually make those adjustments. But by far, I think the SEC is the best conference in football as far as that's. If you look at the recruiting top 10 class, you have 5 teams from the SEC always in the top 10 recruiting class. Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Florida.
Clemson's gonna be in there somewhere, even though they're not SEC, but they're one of those perennial recruits.
You always, even Texas A&M be having top recruiting class. So you're gonna get the best players in America in those conferences. I'm not getting a guy out of whatever 10 conference the hell Mac Jones is at the number 2 pick. No, you gotta show me. No, Mel, no, that's a stupid pick. And I'm on high regards for him. It's just not that situation.
You know what? I hate bashing these kids because I look at the opportunities and I just be like, okay, I want this kid to win. He seemed like a good kid. And so when the buzz started, I mean, BYU, okay, the good first. Let's start with the good. They only lost 1 game this year. He had 3,700 yards, 33 touchdowns.
Who did they lose to? Who did they lose to?
Which is my next point. I'm going to read off the teams that they played against.
Thank you.
Because those are great numbers. I'm going to read
the best team that they played. They lost to. Listen.
Yep. The only team. Well, I ain't gonna say the only ranked team. The highest ranked team they played to was a team ranked number 18, which is the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers, and they lost to them 22-17. I don't even know what a Chanticleer is. What is that?
Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, things that hang from the roof.
It's a chandelier that's invisible.
But yeah, they played against. They just did not play good. They played Navy. Like I said, that's the only game they lost. But they played Navy. They played Troy. I think they played Louisiana Tech, Tennessee. UTSA. They played Houston. They played Texas State. They played Western Kentucky. They played Boise. No, that's not Boise State. I don't even know who this is. They played
What is the acronym?
Let me see who this is. It is Boise. They did play Boise State. It is Boise State. They they didn't have the blue field, so I didn't recognize it. But yeah, like it's just I can't get behind a quarterback that put up these video game numbers against lesser than competition when you got guys like Justin Fields and you got guys even like Mac Jones who stood against teams with formidable defenses, and a lot of the guys that he was playing against are going to be playing against him or with him on Sundays. I just can't buy it, man. I can't get behind it. I can't buy it. I hope that I'm wrong for the Jets' sake. I mean, I ain't no Jets fan, but I mean, this is the type of pick that costs GMs and coaches their job. So
that's
right
for the Jets,
but let me ask you this though. Do we have a example of a quarterback from a small school who didn't play huge competition, who when you watch him on film, he has all the tools, and yeah, we think he's smart as well, and they turned out to be really good in college. Like Joe Montana didn't go to like one of these schools. I mean, what did Joe Montana go? He went to was it Notre Dame? Montana, where did he go? Notre Dame.
Did Montana go to Notre Dame?
I don't know.
Listen,
I think so though.
Man. Tony Romo had all the tools. He went to East Carolina. No,
right. Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Miami of Ohio.
Went to Miami of Ohio.
Big Ben. So when you look at Big Ben though, he's 6'5", 6'6" with a huge arm and was slinging it. You get what I'm saying? So my thing is, we get fooled by quarterbacks like Matt Leinart, who have all the professionals around him. Even though he in the conference that's playing against great teams, he's got all this. Right, he got a pro offensive line blocking for him in college. He got 2 pro running backs behind him. He got a pro tight end, a pro receiver, and a pro coach coaching for him. Right, and he looks very good. But he wasn't. Same thing with the guy that was in Notre Dame the same year that was balling. Who he looked the part. What's my man's name?
Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn looked the part. He looked like a quarterback. He was a pretty boy. He looked like Tom Brady. You get what I'm saying? He was doing all those things, but couldn't do nothing in the league. Right. So I look at that, and I fall in love more with the guys who had nothing and was able to ball out and have all the things that we look for versus the guy who had everything and was able to ball out.
You know what? Remember what you just said. No, hold on, Zoe. Remember what you just said. Remember exactly what you just said, because that same thing is for a quarterback in this draft, but it ain't Zach Wilson. 2018, 1,578 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, 3 picks. 2019, 2,382 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 picks. 2020, 3,692 yards, 33 touchdowns, 3 picks. You are ready to crown this dude as the number 2 pick, and he's had one good season. Who's the last quarterback to do that? I'll tell you, Mr. Trubisky.
What? I got another quarterback that did it. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, we all knew what Joe Burrow's deal was, though. Joe Burrow kind of got screwed over at Ohio State. Everybody knew Joe Burrow was going to be good. Everybody knew that.
I know what the problem was.
Nothing.
LSU offensive coordinator that they had before Joe Brady. That dude was the dinosaur. Because I don't know if you noticed this, LSU up there with Alabama probably got the most running backs in the NFL. All they want to do is run the fucking football.
LSU has.
Hey CJ, we're gonna need you to call in. You sound like you got a lot on this topic.
Yeah, CJ, call in.
The only thing that was missing from LSU was a quarterback. All they needed was a dude that could come in and play quarterback. That's all they needed, and they got it with Joe Burrow. Zach Wilson, 1 good year, a Mitchell Trubisky year, and you're ready to make him the number 2 pick. Dude is injury prone. He's small, and he runs a lot. He's aggressive, which means if you injury prone and aggressive, what does that mean? You're about to get hurt.
Right, Corey, and I agree.
I'm telling you got no offensive line, no receivers, no nothing. You setting this dude up for failure.
What should the Jets actually do with this pick? Go quarterback, but go elsewhere from the BYU guy, or should they go another position?
I mean, I think they kind of got
that would fit.
Right. I agree with you.
The best thing the Jets could do, and I still think that they might do it, is once all this Deshaun Watson mess go away, is trade that number 2 pick for Deshaun Watson.
No. They don't even need to trade that number 2 pick for Deshaun Watson at this point.
Mitchell,
they're gonna lowball them if they.
They don't have to give up more than the number 2 pick, of course, but that's their best bet to get a proven quarterback that has played with nothing, right? And you know that he can make things happen with nothing, rather than to get a 21-year-old kid in that started one college season and the best team he played was Coastal Carolina, and you got to put his ass up against the Pittsburgh Steelers week 1.
Bro, if they trade for Deshaun Watson, he will go ahead and plead guilty to all 22 of them daggone cases.
he wants out of Houston so bad.
So you gotta remember the Jets. The Jets also got Seattle's number 1 overall pick for this year and next year. That's all I wanted to say. So that is more firepower to trade.
Makai been watching mostly basketball, so he might not know these guys coming out of college. But we did watch the national championship game. Trevor Lawrence, he a dog, but here we go with San Francisco. They going. They're predicting that they take Justin Fields, which I think, if you go do that, you might as well give him the keys and start him right away. It's definitely gonna piss off Garoppolo. But shoot, I probably if I was them, I probably would go with Pitts on here.
Here's the thing.
You got Kittle. Why would you go with Pitts? You got Kittle.
Had 2 of them just like New England had.
You don't need that.
You don't need it
because they got 2 good receivers. You still got to get what's his name the ball.
You got Debo
Samuel. You still got
and they got the light skinned dude. He also good. So now
Jalen Hurd.
Yeah. So now, now if Zach Wilson was going right here, I would be more okay with it because we all know the 49ers are a lot better than what their record indicated. They just was a team that
19 people on injured reserve, and now you throw Justin Fields in that mix, and guess what?
Ooh, they might win that division next year.
Listen, I'm for this.
The Rams are gonna be really good with Matthew Stafford though.
But so now if Zach Wilson was going right here with the offensive line, with weapons, with a good defense, I would and he's a running quarterback.
Makes more.
I would feel comfortable, bro. I still say Zach Wilson might have probably the biggest upside in this draft, just because of like Corey, just because he came from the unknown. So that's why I would say that him and Trey Lance might have Zach Wilson and Trey Lance. I think those two might have
everything that Melvin said about a quarterback and liking a quarterback like that is the reason that you should like Trey Lance. And Trey Lance was consistent every single year he played college football.
This man threw 37 touchdowns and no touchdowns. I mean, no NIT.
37 touchdowns, 0 picks.
That's hard to beat.
I seen Jason Campbell do that with Auburn in the SEC though.
He never did that at Auburn in the SEC.
Yeah, he did.
So when he was with the Redskins,
when Jason Campbell was the quarterback,
they had
Ronnie Brown and Cadillac Williams. Jason Campbell may have thrown 8 passes a game.
He was the game manager for them, and granted, he did well enough. And you know what?
Trey Lance wins football games.
Trey Lance, and that's the difference between him and Zach Wilson. I think that with 1 year, Zach Wilson had a chance to be the guy, and he did good in a mediocre conference. Trey Lance, which I know we hadn't gotten to him yet, but if I was going to pick a quarterback from a conference that is not known, and I think he was, FCS, if I ain't mistaken,
He's North Dakota State. That's what's called school.
Yeah,
Carson Wentz.
It's FCS. It's the
And
FCS.
so
Joe Flacco, same school.
yeah, yep.
Miami,
Those
went to
guys-
Miami, Ohio, right?
No, Roethlisberger went to Miami, Ohio.
Wait, didn't he go to a school?
Flacco went to Delaware State or Delaware.
North Dakota State. Delaware.
No.
State. Delaware State.
It was a helmet that reminded me of Michigan helmet.
That's a rabbit hole. I want to hear Zoe finish his point.
Yeah, but I think the difference between the two was that Trey Lance, there wasn't a question every single year. First of all, North Dakota State is the best team, has been the best team in FCS, period. And I know that because my nephew played for a team that, plays in the FCS. They've been the best. And he was the best player on the best team for every year that he played for them. It became
freshman through senior year.
Every year he was the best guy. And so you start to look at that. Okay, he's the best player on the best team. Yes, he's playing in the FCS. So let's see what he can do on his own individually without the talent. He's done it. Okay, can he make all of the throws? Yes. In addition to, can he can run too? Like it's nothing. He has the size. He has the. I can't see that. He has the size. Okay, he has the size. He can definitely do everything that that the NFL can do. So I would see him. I would pick him over Zach Wilson if I was the Jets. But I think that a lot of that Zach Wilson hype is he's the prototypical looking quarterback, if you will. And I think that's why the other quarterbacks.
I'm not signing a quarterback that 2 years in a row got a bad throwing shoulder. Can't do it.
Yep, shoulder. And it's his shoulder.
Wait, I'm
6'3" with injury problems. He's a system quarterback to me. He is a system quarterback. He may go somewhere and do it well. They may put the exact pieces that he need around him and excel. But I'm not willing to mortgage my number 2 pick on that.
Wait,
it's too
Zoe, I have to interrupt.
Go ahead, bro.
This tweet pisses me off. This is from Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders.
Okay, man, just we can't see it because it's blurry.
Oh, my bad. I can breed 4/20/21, defending Derek Chauvin. How the fuck you think that would be perceived if Michael Jordan would have said that?
Well, I still don't. I don't get what do you mean I can breathe?
The whole thing with George Floyd when it was kneeling, they were saying I can't breathe. Everybody came out with shirts that says I can't breathe.
Right.
He is on the opposite end and saying I can breathe.
No, man, nobody don't care about no Mark Davis, man. The dude going to jail for life, man. So
why is he defending that? When what it is, 92% of his players is of what color though?
Yeah, we'll deal with that another day.
I get you. All right, my bad, Zoe.
No. Go ahead.
Nah, it just infuriates me, man. Like some shit like that.
No, seriously, we gotta look into that because maybe he's saying now that the verdict is over and done, I can finally breathe now.
I'm looking into it now, and it's not what he's doing.
Yeah, it's a play on word.
Let's see.
But this is the thing, Mel. Everybody that came out in support of George Floyd was having shirts that says "I can't breathe."
No, he's supporting. He's saying now it's done. We got justice. I can exhale. I can breathe.
I can breathe.
You know what? And that's why thank you, Mel, because I was seriously bothered by seeing that, especially from a bro. Thank you, Mel. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Thank you. Because initially I had a impulsive train of thought because of the whole everybody was wearing shirts that saying I can't breathe, and he said that. Yes, I thought he was hinting at but you know what? Thank you.
To be honest with you, and I say this, and then we'll put a bow on it, and then we get back to the top 10. But to be honest with you, if he did mean it that way, I would still be more offended by the basketball players who wanted to go to the bubble so bad last year that they couldn't continue to press on with what we was pressing on with last year. I was more offended by that than anything.
But Mal, this goes back into ownership of a team.
Cass, hold on. Latest owner Mark Cuban said, "I can breathe." Wording came from George Floyd's brother, who said today we are able to breathe again. Davis added, "I'm offended, family. Then I deeply, deeply disappointed." He also said that he will not delete the post because he's saying that we can finally breathe again because this is
all right. Thank you for that, man. Thank you, because I'm not gonna lie, my anxiety was starting to fucking fuck with me, man. Like, anyways,
that would have been hold on. Yeah, I think it was still kind of insensitive, but I get the message.
All right, I get it. Yeah, I still, I didn't finish my train of thought up in the Justin.
It could have been interpreted a bunch of ways, but that's what he
right.
So,
well, Cass, you could have finished your train of thought if you wouldn't keep interrupting Zoe, and it would have been your turn. I think you got your you got your 30 minutes. We just talked 30 minutes about I can breathe. We're gonna let Zoe finish his. You got yours.
It was breaking news. That's all I'm saying. It was breaking news.
How they say in Congress when they be like, hey, everybody get 5 minutes and they only take 2 minutes.
Wait, Melvin, you're talking for Zoe.
I get the gentleman from Georgia my 3 minutes. I give my time to the gentleman from Georgia.
All right.
Hey, you yielded your time.
Zoe, I apologize, my brother. I didn't mean to to interrupt you, but like I said, it was just something pressing up on my mind. That's all that was.
About it. You go pay him. You go pay him back with this. You go pay him back in this next one.
I was talking to
Zoe go get extra time on this one. All right. Atlanta Falcons. You know Zoe got to get extra time on the Falcons.
Yeah.
All right. So how would you feel about your Falcons taking Kyle Pitts? Are you comfortable with Kyle Pitts? No running back. Matt Ryan, as old as he is, and Julio Jones.
They got Todd Gurley.
Man, that's no running back. So take it away. And take as much time as you want.
I love Todd Gurley, man. But yeah, we don't have a running back. Kyle Pitts is one of those freak athletes. I'm not even mad at Cass saying he was the best player individually of this draft, because a lot of people are saying that. I don't know if that's true. I saw him physically dominate everybody, but I don't want this pick. As a Falcons fan, I don't want this pick. I want to trade. We got too much wrong. We don't, just like you said, we don't have a running back. If we're not, in my opinion, if we're not getting one of these top quarterbacks, let's trade back.
Hey,
let's trade back.
This is the absolute perfect fit for Zach Wilson.
Woo!
Perfect.
Wow.
I didn't even think about it.
Listen. He's got the weapons. What? He doesn't have to play right away, right? Because Matt Ryan is still a viable quarterback in the NFL, right? He can learn from a wily veteran, right? And then if he has to come in, he got Julio Jones and fucking Randle to throw to.
Yes.
Or he can go at number 10 and battle for the starting position with Dak.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
Shut up, Melvin. Shut up. Look, Melvin, look, he's trying to stir the pot already. Yo, Melvin, son, take your headsets off because I want to curse your dad out. Take your headsets off for a second. I want to. You're just trying to stir the pot. Yo, Corey, I got you. You're trying to stir the pot over.
This is the this is the perfect spot.
I never thought of that. I never thought of that because,
bro,
Matt Ryan is not going to willingly give that. I mean, if we get any of those quarterbacks, I think Matt Ryan got 2-3 more years of being the starter before one or two things happen. We don't win, which I don't know. We got too much wrong to even win within the next 3 years. But I definitely think we should trade back, collect as many picks. Whoever wants, I think we had a prime position too. I think we're going to be fielding some calls. They say we already doing it, but I think we're going to field some calls on draft night, depending on what the 49ers do at that third pick. If there is one of these top tier quarterbacks still available, I say pick up the phone, trade back, get Najee Harris in the late first round, because we definitely need a running back. Pick up some defensive pieces. But there's a lot of skill positions still in this draft. So I think, first and second round, we get Najee at the back of the first, pick up some skill position in the second, and then fix our defense.
But do y'all think y'all ever will be?
The Pittsburgh Steelers would blow y'all stadium up if y'all took Najee Harris from them.
Yeah,
Right.
he is perfect for them too. He would.
So, honestly speaking, do you think in the next 3 years y'all ever will be picking at the number 4 spot again? Y'all got too much talent.
Yeah, I think we'll.
This coming from a Saints fan. Y'all got too much talent.
Yeah, I think this is probably the last, like, top 5. We probably won't see it no more. Even if we're not a Super Bowl contender, we'll still be good enough to make the playoffs, but not good enough to win it all. Because we just got too much. I mean, new coach, new GM, so who knows what can happen. Matter of fact, we got Fontenot from New Orleans, who was in New Orleans for all them years, as our GM now. But man, I just feel like we got so much wrong. And I think we could get a quarterback maybe later. I mean, it's some guys that's still out there that's ready to be backups now. I see Lamar keep talking about
Kyle Trash,
Mac Jones.
Did y'all see Lamar say that the cap hit for Matt Ryan is making it impossible?
It's ridiculous. Because he just restructured this year so we could sign some pieces. It is. Hey. I mean, but he only got 3 years left on his deal.
So remember. Trey Lance or Zach Wilson.
Remember this name. Something that they could think about later on in the draft. Kellen Mond.
Kellen Mond from A&M?
From Texas A&M.
A&M? Mm-hmm.
No, the Saints went to his pro day. So
Saints did too?
Yeah. So
I don't like that. I don't like that because I like Kellen Mond.
But this is my thing, Zoe. I don't think just being a Saints fan in NFC South, I don't think y'all gonna be drafting at the 4th slot in the next 5 years. Would you pass up on one of these quarterbacks? Let's just say Zach Wilson fall to y'all. I don't see y'all moving off of that. I'm just like, y'all probably had some like trade talks, but then a guy like that slide to y'all. Bro, what is the most important position in football?
It is. I think if Justin Fields, I think we done been to Trey Lance, both of Trey Lance's pro days. We've been to both of Justin Fields' pro days. I don't know if we went to Zach Wilson. I don't know if he had a pro day.
He did. That's when he threw that 60-yard pass off his back.
That's right. So we probably had some people out there. They're not really showing their hand. And it's gonna be difficult for me to for anybody to pass up if you got a chance to draft one of these dudes and you miss. And you don't do it, then you got to be making what's up.
Y'all got to be careful because you said y'all got so many needs that getting Pitts is like parking a Ferrari in front of a project.
Yeah,
like, I get that, but do you want to be one of those teams that passed on Randy Moss and get lit up every time you play him? Like when you pass on a Randy Moss type play, like Pitts is a generational talent.
He's definitely.
What do you mean by generational? Kyle Pitts is a undersized tight end.
Okay,
he can't.
I thought he was 6'4". He got the longest arms.
6'4", 248 pounds. Who is he going to block?
That's the same
tight end.
Wait.
You have Randy Moss on your team already. You have Julio Jones.
Wait, Corey, what's the size of the tight end from the Raiders? He's 240 as well.
Okay, but there's totally different circumstance. He's the best player on that offense too, other than Ruggs. But Ruggs is
hell no, Ruggs is not
the best. So you mean to tell me that your generational talent is going to be good with 35 catches? Because really, and Julio taking all the balls.
Right. I agree with you.
Their generational talent is going to be good with 35
I agree with you up on that one.
Yeah,
they don't need Atlanta. Don't need no more pass catches. Atlanta is by far top 3. Y'all even got y'all third receiver is the guy from LSU. Y'all have top 5 receiving core in the NFL, hands down.
So. They don't need it.
And that's why I'm nervous about Pitts. Like, I like the look of it. Matt Ryan, Julio, Ridley, Pitts, Russell Gage, who cares for something about Gage. Like, it looks great. And I know Pitts, big, gigantic. Well, he's not a big, gigantic, but he's a big tight end, a tight end that ran the 4-3.
The longest arm stretch for a receiver in the past 20 years.
Who is it? You know who he sound like? me? Exactly. Almost the same. Is what's his name? Vernon Davis.
Yeah,
Vernon Davis ran a 4.3 though. Vernon Davis
Yeah.
ran a 4.3. He's an animal.
he was a monster.
Yeah, Vernon Davis
He
was
was
a
a
monster.
monster, but if it wasn't for Mike Singletary lighting that fire under him, we might have not seen
yeah.
his true potential.
Yeah,
I
we
want
might not
winners.
Under G.
I want winners. Yo,
That's what he said.
but Zoe, I by and large agree with your premise on trading back because y'all still haven't addressed y'all let what's his name go from Vic Beasley. Y'all like Vic Beasley glow. Y'all never addressed the DN situation.
We did.
Y'all still have offensive line issues because Cameron Jordan, he woke up against the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know what it is.
Listen, man, Cameron Jordan, he probably got a Matt Ryan picture in his living room because he knows that dude on the first, middle, and last name basis. He kills us every single time we play the Saints. He comes alive every single time.
Y'all need an offensive tackle.
Matt
So
Ryan, boy.
right, he's the most sacked quarterback from Cam Jordan. So y'all need an offensive tackle to stop DNs. Y'all need defensive players. I would say y'all have solid cornerbacks.
Solid,
Other than what's his name? Deion Jones from LSU.
Yeah.
Who else is y'all other linebacker? Who's y'all safeties? So I agree with you trading back, but it's tough because I don't think y'all will ever be in a slot to get a top 5 pick again in the next 5 years. Because I think if y'all trade back, y'all defense is gonna spark and y'all never gonna pick in the spot again unless y'all trade up.
And then once Matt Ryan is done, then we won't have a quarterback.
Right. So I'm not passing up on the top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
You just can't. It's hard. It's just hard, man. I agree with you, but it's just hard. I'm done now.
Yeah.
All right.
Who next?
So, Cincinnati Bengals going with an old tackle according to Mel
Smart.
Kiper and
Smart.
Tom Hey, Burrow was getting killed all season.
He tore his ACL.
Yeah, but he was getting killed a lot before he even went down. So he was getting hit. He was taking a lot of hits.
Have y'all ever seen this dude play? Penny Sewell?
This dude he's a monster. I saw his highlight reel.
Bro.
Dude is a monster.
If
Cincinnati don't make this pick, they're doing it. You remember I was having a debate earlier this season when Joe Burrow threw for 65 passes, and it was against me and not Lamar. Who was it? I was arguing against. He always is active up in man down page. Dark skinned dude, like he could be a reverend.
Luther.
Luther was like every time a quarterback throws from over 60 times a game, they lose. But the fact that you have faith in your quarterback dropping 60 times a game without an offensive line says something about your quarterback. You need to protect this man. Right. Yeah. You need to protect this man. So sure. I know Joe Burrow was talking about how he wants to be linked up with Jamar Chase, but your first and your second round pick better be offensive linemen.
Agreed.
What do you mean linked with Jamar Chase?
Huh?
Which one? Hold on. Who's Jamar Chase?
He was the most productive receiver that he had at LSU. Even though didn't Jamar Chase win the Biletnikoff Award that year for the best receiver?
He did, but he just sat out last year.
Last year I would have sat out too. Like you have nothing else to prove. You had 18 touchdowns over 100 yards receiving. You have nothing else to prove. So I know you want that shiny too,
and Justin Jefferson was on that same team,
right? So I'm gonna use the same analogy that Melvin used. You don't get a Lamborghini and parking in front of a project apartment complex. Look, I know you want all of this, but who the hell wants to be on their backside or another torn ACL after within 6 games? So I know you want the shiny tool, but you need to get that old hard hat and lunch pill fat guy to block for you, man. And is
that the guy that looked real nice and nerdy, but when you see him on film, this dude is like a Hawaiian dude.
Samoan, one of those guys.
the big smile, always got the legs around his neck. Yeah. Super friendly looking dude. Watch him play.
That's what they need. That's what they need.
Gotcha.
And I want to say he ran. I think, and I want to say he ran like a 4.940 at their pro day.
That's great for a big body.
What? That's amazing.
He was one of those. He was one of those 5 flat dudes like that. Yeah.
Yo, the fastest 40 time by offensive lineman is Teron Armstead from the Saints. He ran a 4.7. The dude is 310 pounds running a 4.7. Imagine that coming at you on a kick out block or a screen block.
So y'all agree?
Yes.
Well, the 40 time ain't that important when it comes to line, but that cone drill might,
the cone drill. You're right, Mel. Cone drills, alignments, up and down.
What it is with Penny Sewell is Penny Sewell be down. He'd be 15, 25 yards down the field blocking. He'd be downfield blocking. Like
he's that you're gonna run a screen. They're probably gonna run it up on his side. So we all agree with number 5. So the Dolphins with Jamar Chase. Yes, I agree with this pick too.
So
the Dolphins.
So here's why I don't agree, because this is where I think Kyle Pitts should go.
You know what?
Right, but if he get drafted by Atlanta, he's not up on the board. And I think Jamar Chase is the best receiver on the board.
He's the second. He's definitely the second best option for sure. But this is why I think that this is where Kyle Pitts should be.
So y'all like him better than the little skinny receiver that everybody
170 pounds. You're damn right. I like him better.
Yeah, man, that's tough because dude is nasty though, man. He's like Deshaun Jackson, but this dude he runs routes. He does everything. But he is. Are you talking about Devontae Smith? That dude is nasty, bro.
But Jamar Chase is bigger, stronger, and faster.
Okay,
and he's not
ain't it. So hold on. How did
time out? Oh,
no. This is my gripe with this. I don't know how the media started running with this, but Tua started from jumping in Ryan Fitzpatrick shoes, having 2, 3, 4 good games coming out of the gates, and then kind of slowed down, and all of a sudden everybody's saying he's not it. And I remember a couple of times they pulled him out of the game and put Fitzgerald in for like a 2-minute drill, like which was crazy.
They missed the playoffs by 1 game.
Bro,
I'm trying to figure out how everybody losing faith in Tua all of a sudden.
No, wait. This is why people failed to realize that Tua had off-season hip surgery. So he wasn't able to participate in the OTAs. He wasn't able to be the guy up. Well, we didn't even have a preseason. So he couldn't even feel game speed until he started playing in week 3, week 4. So no, I'm not going to this was an abnormal year for everybody in sports. So I'm not going to take anything from Tua.
I think that Kyle Pitts compliments that offense better because they have a good wide receiving core. Their wide receiving core isn't bad at all. If you throw a tight end like Kyle Pitts in that mix, hey man, that's tough.
That's tough. Corey, I 100% agree with you, but you think he's going to be Justin Herbert did play better. And I'm not going to say the worst team.
You saying Justin Herbert did no. Well, because you got Eckler running back, and you got a top 3 receiver in the NFL. I don't know about a
wait. Eckler got hurt after week 8, so I can't say he had what.
Right.
You a quarterback
that they had came in, he played well.
He had Allen. He's got a solid foundation.
Right.
He's Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen and Williams. Williams is blazing fast, and he got like a 44-inch vertical. The dude is ridiculous.
That dude can jump out of the gym.
We just live in a ridiculous catch. When it comes to quarterbacks, they expect everybody to be Pat Mahomes year 1 if you was a top 5, if you was a top draft pick, and it just don't work like that for some of these dudes, man.
But that's the funny thing.
I think
Mahomes didn't go in the top 5 though. That's the shitty thing.
Exactly.
Hey, no, because Mitch Trubisky did. Zach Wilson, go ahead.
Yes, exactly. CJ said it perfect earlier. CJ is a Bears fan, by the way. He's a Bears fan.
Bears fan?
So he's definitely salty that the Bears picked Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes.
How you have two talents like that and you go with Trubisky?
This dude kills Nick Saban's defense.
The Jets are about to do the same exact thing.
So I agree with this pick. I think Jamar Chase is the best receiver in this draft. If Kyle Pitts is on the board with what Corey said, I'm going with Kyle Pitts. I'm not passing up on what he got, an 84-inch wingspan. Yeah, that boy can slap you while sitting down. I'm going with him.
Yeah, give Tua that security blanket.
Yes.
Here's where it gets retarded.
So New England move up because they don't pick 7. That's the trade. He's projecting the trade because New England don't have the 7th overall pick.
If
New England need to do this,
man, if New England trades up to get Mac Jones with Trey Lance still on the board,
hey,
come on. They trade up to get Mac.
They better wait. They better wait another year to get a quarterback. It ain't in the cards for them. They need to ride the Cam train and see if they can surround him with something because they surrounded him with nothing last year.
The best thing for them to do if this situation happens is to trade and give Belichick's boys Garoppolo.
But I'm not trading a first round pick for him.
For who? Garoppolo?
No.
Yeah, hell no.
No.
No, you can switch and give him Garoppolo.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with that trade and pick. Not at all.
I don't agree with the trade.
I'm definitely not taking Matt Jones.
Let's listen at Mac Jones' targets that he had to throw to. He had Henry Ruggs. He had the dude that got drafted by Jerry Judy. He had Jerry Judy. Devontae Smith. Waddle.
Jalen Waddle.
He has his running backs as Najee Harris. He got 4 offensive linemen that has been or will be drafted in the first round this year.
This is the quarterback that you're talking about, Melvin. That you take quarterbacks higher than people that had these prolific targets to throw to.
Agree, CJ.
This is him.
Mm-hmm. This is the Matt Liner of the draft.
This dude had a track team for receivers.
It was
think about it. He threw from a clean pocket. You got Najee Harris in the backfield too. I forgot about that. Dude threw from a clean pocket all the time. Anytime they got pressure on the quarterback, they lost.
But they didn't lose this year though. They went undefeated, right?
Well, right.
Yeah, last year when they played against the LSU, you saw it. And if it wasn't for Devontae Smith taking that punt return for a touchdown, Bama probably was going to get blown out.
True.
Mac Jones not that guy.
No, he's not.
No,
I think he should go 25 or some shit.
If they trade up, they're trading up for Trey Lance. They're not trading up for Matt Jones.
Nah, I agree with you, Corey. You're not trading, bro. So I don't know why this is not talked. Well, ESPN is covering this a lot.
What's that?
Trey Lance and a friend of his. So a friend of his was contacting Trey Lance to try to talk to him or like chill with him or something. Trey Lance was like, "No, I'm studying film on the NFL so I can know what I'm gonna get." Oh, matter of fact, Lamar, could you imagine if that shit would have been? If that would have happened to Trey Lance or Justin Fields, the media would kill them. And why?
I'm going Zach Wilson.
Mac Jones and Zach Wilson.
Yes,
I'm going Zach.
Zach Wilson has arm talent.
Just off the intangibles, just the fact that he's mobile and he's got a better arm.
Bro, but could you imagine if Justin Fields would have had 2 DUIs? This man would have been he would have been Tom Brady when it comes to the draft pick. He was going 199 overall.
Yeah.
I gotta put that in the what you call it, in the man down.
Yeah, so
when they popped up.
Right. Yeah. You did, matter of fact, Corey, you did. Matter of fact, you was. Yeah. You was the one that I commented up on it. So I think this is a stupid pick. Bill Belichick is just his mind is blown that he lost Tommy Boy and Tommy won a Super Bowl without them. So he's trying to do.
Tommy Boy got that Super Bowl, man.
But that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. The Patriots really don't need nothing else but a quarterback for the future. But I'm not trading up for no damn Mac Jones.
Nah,
I think
Trey Lance is your guy.
You get all your players from last year from the COVID list back. You get Tim Hightower, Patrick Chung, and the rest of them players back this year. Plus all the offseason picks they made.
I think when people see Trey Lance play, he'll remind you a lot. He plays a lot like Russell Wilson.
He does.
But
faster.
He modeled this game. He's just faster than Russ. He's modeled his game a lot after Russ.
Right. You know what? Really Corey, you know what that means? It's good to see a black quarterback succeed because that's inspiration to the young black boys that wants to be quarterback.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. 100%.
All right, Carolina number 8, going old tackle according to Todd McShay and
Mel, you go up on this one. That's your team.
That's not my team.
That's your team. That's your team, Mel. Carolina.
That's another big road monster, man. Just a big, strong dude that just be throwing people around, man.
Bro, I think this dude
a damn animal. You can't go. He might
that dude right there. School. Yo, that dude played 3 years and gave up like 1 sack all 3 years he played.
Yeah,
that's
crazy. And that's crazy playing stuff against Ohio State, Penn State. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota now, but yeah, I mean, dude can play,
bro.
I ain't got no objections with it. I mean, who else you go get? You know, they already got 2 quarterbacks. They got a controversy brewing already. Don't need to make that more than it was. I mean, I like Patrick Surtain, but they picked up some defenders and some DBs already in free agency. That
so look at Mel naming them. I told you that was Mel team, but I'm gonna say this one thing. Mel,
my hometown.
I got
Mel, Carolina. You gotta think. It was out.
I'm about to.
No, go.
Worthy of a top 10. Well, I mean, if you care, say it again, McCall.
I said they could just get Devontae Smith if they really need a wide receiver for Teddy Bridgewater, but.
So you already have a receiver. You already have a receiver like Devontae Smith on that team, Robbie Anderson. If you get a receiver, you need a big possession receiver.
Bro, they got Robbie Anderson and the dude that they drafted from Maryland.
DJ Moore.
Oh yeah, DJ Moore. I forgot about DJ Moore.
I would say this. You gotta remember, their number 1 player on the team was out for 12 of the games last year. Melvin, you know this because that was your number 1 overall draft pick.
And I still won that daggone.
Shut up, Melvin.
Without CMC.
Right, CMC.
I gotta get back in this time.
Yo, CMC is coming.
Man, y'all gotta do a little bit better this time, man. How did y'all let me get that draft number 1? And how did y'all let me pull out some of the trades?
Was crazy. Melvin rigged that draft.
Listen, bro. I'm not even tripping. I'm not even tripping because I was sitting right there. Week 5, when that guy hurt, my whole season went to hell. Yeah, Zeke's numbers went down. Dak's numbers. It was. The season was over.
Right, bro. Man. I was slant man. Couldn't run his slant because he had a broken ankle.
Had a little bad will.
Joe Mixon, I think he was still having anxiety issues off of slapping somebody. So my 1st and 2nd round pick was already gone. I'm like, oh my God, come on now. All right, so Denver.
So ever since Peyton Manning left Denver, they haven't had so much good luck with quarterbacks. Do Trey Lance answer the?
What's the dude's name now?
What's
the dude's name now? Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
He ain't that.
Bro, just
I
want us to think about it.
So once again, this is the perfect situation for Matt Jones. The perfect situation. You got Cortland Sutherland, right, and wide receiver. And then what's the rookie's name? The dude from Alabama, the other receiver.
Jerry Jeudy.
And they got Jerry Jeudy as the other wide receiver, right? Bro, you already know how Jeudy play. He can throw the ball to Jeudy. And
got a nice tight end.
All I gotta do is put the ball up to Sutherland, and they got a good tight end. This is a perfect fit for Matt Jones.
Now I agree with Corey. Corey played quarterback, so I'm gonna defer to him up on quarterback and play. So
yeah, but go ahead.
No, but he's right. Mac Jones, if you surround him by good pass catchers, not to mention Jerry Jeudy, he just played with him, so he has familiarity with how he runs his routes. So their timing is already on.
And Denver got 2 good running backs. They got Melvin Gordon and they got Philip Lindsay. Bro, they got a good
good offensive line too.
All they need is a quarterback that don't throw a bunch of picks, and Drew Lock ain't that answer.
Right.
As long as keep Von Miller once he's healthy. Yeah, Drew Lock is terrible.
Yeah, and he stopped selling drugs. So this is my thing. Look, so Trey Lance is not the style of quarterback that Denver offense is made around. I agree with what Corey is saying. Denver's offense is made around a quarterback that's gonna sit back there. Lindsay is with snap. So anyways,
Houston.
But they still have dude from
Detroit. Gordon.
So they need a quarter. Yeah, they do have a great head coach, but they do need a pass.
That's a good fit for That's a good fit for Houston. They ain't had a running back in a long time. Yeah,
not a consistent one.
Yeah. So the last running back they had is what from Tennessee. Can't even think of his name.
Lamar Miller when he was good.
Lamar Miller is good, but no, the one before him, light-skinned brother from Tennessee.
Oh, you're talking about
played at Tennessee.
Arian
Foster.
So,
but I think at this pick, let's just say not Trey Lance. Let's just say Mac Jones falls to him. I think Mac Jones is I'm gonna give him that. Even though we talk that smack about him playing with a track team, my brother still can pass the ball. He makes good decisions. Because at the end of the day, you still need to drop back and throw the ball. You still need to get back there and throw the ball.
As long as y'all put a no alcohol clause in the contract, y'all straight.
Dang, Mac, we get the DUIs in Denver. The altitude too high, man.
That boy would have been kicked out the Navy. That boy would have been kicked out the Navy by now.
He got that.
He would have had to go see Melvin, huh?
Yeah, he would.
He would have had to come see you, Melvin.
Maybe not. All right, so here it is right here. Corey always been talking about trying to strengthen the DBs up with his team, the Dallas Cowboys. He wants Dallas to sign Earl Thomas so bad. Patrick Surtain's supposed to be like one of the top ones. I also like Asante Samuel's son too. But hey man, what y'all think about Dallas picking this guy?
I'm gonna go.
All right. Then. I think that it's a good pickup because other than y'all had his brother played with
Chidobe Azubia. He gone.
No. The brother y'all drafted him first overall in the first round. His brother plays for the Bills. The Bills. Who's the receiver?
Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs. His brother was decent, and I think if you could get another cornerback opposite of him. Y'all don't need nothing up in offense. Let's be 100% honest, unless y'all trying to replace an offensive lineman. I can't think of it with y'all left tackle. Other than left tackle, y'all don't need nothing else up in your offense. Y'all need defensive backs. The Cowboys got torched. Y'all historically was one of the worst pass defense teams in league history. Y'all need another cornerback to help out Diggs. And Melvin said it just a while ago that you said y'all need to pick up Earl Thomas, man. The man wants to play with y'all. You know he's rested.
I'm not upset with the moves that they made at safety this year. I'm not. They made some good offseason acquisitions. Excuse me. Zoe can speak more about them than I can because they both came from Atlanta. But I'm not so upset about what they did at safety. They need a corner. But Zoe, go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
I was just about to say this would definitely be a great, considered a good offseason if they were to get Surtain. They picked up Neal, who agreed to be like that box safety, which is what he is anyway. That hybrid, that star position, or whatever you want to call it. Different offense.
Jamal
Adams, like and that's what he's best at. He can play it up close to that line of scrimmage. The problem was in Atlanta, we didn't have him playing like that. So, I think him agreeing to play like that, and Dan Quinn knew that too, but it was kind of like a scheme. He was trying to be the head coach and the D coordinator, then he passed off duties, and it was a mess down there. It was just after the Super Bowl, it was hard to recover from something like that. But I think he'll fit good down there in Dallas, and I think Surtain on the other side of Diggs, just like Cass said, I think it'll be the beginning of a formidable defense to where you can build some continuity, and you'll have some young guys out there that can play together for a couple of games and gel and actually, stop somebody. Because we know, a healthy line and a healthy Dak and a healthy Zeke, they can put points up. Yeah, Casey was the other guy that they picked up, who honestly, had we re-signed him, probably would have been our starter this year. Because we got rid of Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal walked. So, Casey probably would have been a starter. So he's going to play a lot of
Didn't Casey lead the league in picks or something like that?
Yeah, the year before that, he led the league in interceptions. So he's a ball hawk. He's great at locating the ball at that free roaming position. Like, keep in mind, Dan Quinn is their coach. Who did he coach in Seattle? Earl Thomas. So, a lot of the concepts are the same. And so I think adding Surtain will definitely give them a boundary corner, a guy that can, who's solid already. And I think him under Dan Quinn will be the best fit for him individually at developing as a corner. So I think that's a win at pick 10.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I'll tell you why. It's the same philosophy that you have. With quarterbacks, I do the same thing. You take a corner that wasn't even the best on the team, because the best corner on the team already played for the Cowboys. Right? He already played for the Cowboys. So you take a corner that's playing behind those linebackers and that defensive line. What the hell does he really have to do?
Yeah, he's going to look good.
Kyle Pitts torched his ass. In that SEC championship game, he torched his ass. He tore his ass alive. Now, there was a corner
I gotta go back and watch
that shut down. There was a corner that shut down every single wide receiver that he played against for 2 years straight. And that included Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts had 2 catches.
Oh, from South Carolina.
J.C.
Horn.
J.C. Horn.
Joe Horn.
J.C. Horn is a damn dog. He is an animal. And the Cowboys do not have that on defense. They need that more than they need another system corner that's going to play just like Diggs. He runs a 4.3 40. He's big. He's strong. He's fast. Every time he came into the stadium, it was like, that's your dude. And he effectively shut that dude down. Their measurables are about the same. J.C. Horn is just a little bit faster, but South Carolina ain't that good. But anytime you went to his side of the field, that shit didn't work. I would take J.C. Horn instead of Patrick Surtain.
I'm not mad at that.
You got to remember, his dad is Hollywood. So
yes,
it was a rumor that anytime dudes saw Joe Horn late for practice, they was calling their wives to see what was going on at the house. Because Joe Horn was notorious for smash Willie Roaf. Willie Roaf got traded to the Chiefs because of Joe Horn. But anyways,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah,
I'm telling you, watch.
Joe Horn was smashing his wife.
If you go on YouTube, watch Surtain.
Oh, dude is
watch
good.
His highlight tape, and then watch Joe Horn's. Joe Horn.
Several people got Joe Horn's son coming to the Saints, and I know the Saints will pick up
JC. Hey, if I tell you what, if the Saints get J.C. Horn and you got Lattimore on the other side, that's you might not be able
to remember. We no longer have Jackrabbit, so that's another position of need. We have to replace draft because of who was $96 million in the hole. We have to replace the guys that we couldn't re-sign.
If I was the Cowboys,
who was $96 million in the hole.
They covered the best receiver every single week. Patrick Surtain literally had to drop back 5.
What happened to James Harden?
And the ball was going in the air.
I don't know.
What happened to James Harden?
Did he get hurt tonight?
Real quick.
No, they said he suffered a setback. Said they go hold him back indefinitely. so he might not play to the playoffs.
It don't matter. They got the number 1 seed right now.
Yeah, they said they said it's a setback and he out indefinitely. So pretty much they're saying they don't know the timeline. It's probably gonna be the same. I'm waiting to see what they're gonna say about KD. This might not be the year for Brooklyn, man. They try to do too much too fast, and it might be one of those years.
Can you afford this type of team next year?
Yeah.
I mean, you got all your big name players under contract. You got KD under contract. You got James Harden under contract. You got Kyrie under contract.
Dinwiddie under contract. DeAndre Jordan under contract.
Joe Harris under contract.
Yeah, I think the only person that will have to resign is Blake Griffin because he got bought out by Detroit, so he's on a 1-year player minimum.
He's gonna do that again. He's gonna do a veterans. He will. I know he got that astounding $250,000 child support case going against him, but Blake Griffin got the money. I think he's gonna.
Hey, I tell you what. KD leave Shannon Sharp alone before he get his ass beat.
Ooh, yeah, I seen you posted that too. But KD,
man, I enjoy that.
Anytime a grown man says, "Leave this off of social media," we can talk in person. I already know what he means. Shannon Sharp is old school.
Word, meet me outside. That's what that meant.
Catch me outside, man. KD don't want the problem.
KD better stay at home.
KD may have to reach. But if Shannon Sharp grab him, it is over.
Shannon Sharp he looked like a Denver Bronco. He's strong as one too.
Yes, and he will kick the shit out of him. Yo, if KD punch, KD do not look like he's coordinated for a fight. So KD, just apologize and move on, bro. Yeah. We know you're not a fighter.
Talk it out.
Yeah, that dude.
Yo,
yeah, he might be smart.
Just talk.
I love it though. I love every minute of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, JC.
Yeah, because you got to remember
at 10 for me.
Yo, but JC Horn.
JC.
And agree.
JC Horn at 10.
I am mad at that.
I'm not neither because you speak facts. You know why? He comes from Alabama, so of course Alabama players gonna have a little bit more spotlight up on him. That's just how it is, Corey. We all know that. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
I forgot what point I was about to make.
He said KD.
Ain't no telling. I think
oh yes, you're right. The Yankees, what they are for, like 4-10 or something like that, 5-10.
Worst start.
Worst start in franchise history. Like
people got to remember
something crazy.
Baseball don't have a cap, so all the major market teams could pay everybody whatever the hell they want.
True.
Yeah.
That's
all
why
right, fellas.
Astros do it.
Look, that's gonna do it for tonight, man. We had 2 hours and 17 minutes, so I'm gonna give you all time back, man. Next week. Hey, also, we switched over our little podcast hosting site, man, and it's taking some time to get back on all platforms. I think we're still on Spotify, and then we was on iTunes for a while, and then something got switched up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I got to resubmit the podcast to all those things, man. So I think Spotify might be the best bet for your listening pleasure if you want to listen.
And don't forget, viewers, please go to our YouTube channel, Man Down Podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If that's that's the one push that we want, man. We get at 1,000 subscribers, we can start monetizing. So it doesn't take no more than 10 seconds for you to YouTube search us and just subscribe. That's it. You don't even have to like the videos yet. Just subscribe.
That man sound like Keith Sweat over there.
Yeah, the After Dark. Yo, Keith Sweat come on Q93. No, but he's a radio show personality, so he actually is on the After Dark episodes of Keith Sweat is on radio now. I know he is on Q93. That's in New Orleans.
He been on the radio for a minute though. He been on the radio because he had like a it was like a quiet storm. I don't know if he's still doing a quiet storm, and I think he got like a sexy voice because he had a lot of girls that call his show. He'd be like, man,
nobody.
I think his show was called like the Sweat the sweat shop or something. It was something like
yeah, it was. I wanted to say it was the sweat room. So,
yeah, sweat. Yeah, you on Keith on sweat room. Yeah. Oh yeah, how you doing, babe? You want me to play that song?
Nobody.
Come on, Lamar. That's what we're doing.
You know what I mean? That's what they were doing, man.
Shout out to our boy Jay. Hopefully, bro, you get better, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Jay,
is with you, man.
So you can come
yeah,
on,
Jay
man.
had a little stomach thing going on, man. We talked to him last night, man. He gonna be fine. He just
sound like
Slim,
boo boo.
Slim, you better not be out there putting your hands on your old lady or your children, bro.
What? What?
All right, man. What?
No.
I'm gone.
What in the world is Cass talking about?
Cass.
Hey, look, man.
Cass, man.
I'm gonna let Zoe and my son get the last word before we close out. Makai, you go first. Zoe go last. Go ahead, Makai. What do you want to say before we get out of here?
I don't really have any. I mean, it's fun, I guess.
I mean, if you go, come on.
Come on, man. Come on. Nah, speak your mind. Come on. Let's hit. Let's get it.
I mean, I don't have anything on my mind right now. Probably next week. I don't know.
Man, just say, shout outs to your teachers. They've been teaching some good math courses, some good science coaches, and your coach been coaching his tail off.
Hey, shout
out to that one girl that's looking at you right now. That's up on the podcast.
You know what? I'm gonna do something for Makai real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead, Zoe. Go ahead and talk while I'm doing this.
Oh man, great show as always, fellas. Glad to have my dog Corey back in the building. He been missing work. I need to see those doctor's notes.
His face was on the milk carton.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm telling you, Corey and Jay will take some time off, boy. They do not be showing up. I'm not 100% sure that that Jay was sick for real. I think he playing hooky from work, man.
Jay, get him. Jay, get him. I know you looking. Hooky, get him, Jay.
he is definitely playing hooky, man. But it's all good though.
Next week is gonna be. I think we're gonna have a completely full panel next week. I'm calling it.
I think
we should.
Is next the draft?
Is next?
Yeah, it's next Friday.
Or is it the last?
No. It's the last week in.
Last week in April.
In April.
So we're gonna be right before it.
Right before the draft, which we'll probably have some
right
good
before the draft.
Right before the draft. So
Saints, Mickey Loomis, don't make me come stand in front of the Superdome and act the ass if y'all pick somebody stupid.
Should we do something for the draft or no?
Let's do it.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Matter of fact, you know how you was pulling up everything? We can do the same thing for the draft. You can pull it up, and that's where you can get a lot of. We'll talk about that when we go off. But Zoe, when you was naming the players that Zach Wilson played, with the teams that Zach Wilson played, when you say UTSA, bro, that's where we got our DN from.
Who is that?
This Makai's
University of Texas and San Antonio.
Yeah.
Header.
Oh,
Header.
Is that you? Oh, okay, Makai.
Nah, this is team. All of it ain't him. I think you'll see Makai at the end. He got an assist off of Cross. That's his friend Liam right there.
Oh, Liam is the man.
Okay, Liam, I see.
He had the header.
All right, that's Liam passing it to Makai, and Makai go get this little assist right here off of Cross.
Oh, went all the way. Nice.
Oh.
Yo, Makai,
The Matrix.
the richest athlete right now is a soccer player. Cristiano Ronaldo is the richest athlete right now. So, keep it up, young brother.
Keep going. Keep going.
Hey, don't forget about the little people.
Hey, but
Exactly.
how did y'all like that camera work? Did you see the different? Anybody go ask me how I got two angles like that?
Shut up, Melvin.
Of course, I'm doing the recording and the editing.
We're not gonna buck your head up, Melvin. It's already big enough.
No, but ain't nobody gonna ask me how I got two camera angles like that.
Oh, all right, hold on, Melvin. How did you get two camera angles like that?
No, it was nice.
I can be in two places at one time. Shit,
damn, you're X-Men. You're X-Men, Melvin. You know what? You're gonna be the next villain for the Avengers. You're the next villain for the Avengers, bro.
Oh man. All right, go ahead, Zoe. Close us out, man.
All right, man. Thank y'all for watching. Lamar and CJ, y'all was very active. I'll make sure y'all go and like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. As soon as Lisp get their act together, we're gonna be back on all platforms. Check us out on Spotify, Man Down Podcast Network. We out.
Corey's feeling himself. Check him out.
Corey Cowboy is trash. Peace.
There we go.